Well, anyway, we are back with yet another episode of the BS Group Podcast. This is episode number 15. I am joined by some good friends of mine here. Tyler, would you like to say hello?
Hello, this is Tyler. I'm here with the friends.
Hey, it's me. It's Charlie. I'm back. This definitely has been over a year since the last episode recording. Sorry, Jared. I'm happy to be back.
It happens, yeah. Happy to have you back.
Way to date the podcast, man.
Yeah, it's currently May 11th, 2024, so everyone knows.
It is?
Yeah, I think.
Fuck, man. Yeah, you're right.
We're recording deep in the podcast basement, so...
Anyway, Jack, you're back again as well.
Yeah, hello. It's been a while. It's been a year since the last recording.
Dude, we've had some big life events. We'll talk about it.
Yeah.
Hey, Josh, you want to say hi?
So I was finally invited out of my room in the bunker. You know, I my eyes were all crusty. I'm like, oh, what year is it? Is it like May?
Yeah, dude.
Because I'm like, I've missed a couple of our bi-weekly podcasts, you know?
Yeah, it's tough. I will say, though, just in regards to the it's been a year thing, me and Tyler did one in December of 2023.
Well, we were invited.
That's
okay.
What are our artsy essays? Those have been coming out pretty consistently as well.
Yeah, I mean, there was one of those this year, actually, because the trucking one came out last week in December.
Link in description.
How's that Pokemon one coming along?
Oh, it's coming. All right. Well, because I now need to re-record everything. Because here's the thing. I'm going to turn this one back around on you, actually. Because I had this one, because I had the Pokemon thing, at least my part of it, done like 3 weeks before Scarlet and Violet came out, and I had it written like that.
That's totally fair. I definitely slacked on it, but I got it out before Pokemon Day.
Yeah.
Well,
we can't have drama in the bunker. There's nowhere to hide.
Yeah. Oh yeah. For those of you who are uninformed, the BS lore is we have a BS bunker because of current events. The world's kind of gone to shit. We might be in a different timeline than you guys. If you're listening from a different timeline where the world hasn't gone to shit, we're currently in a bunker.
I mean, it's not all that bad. We have some pretty cool disco lights here.
Yeah, there's a bunch of fucking apes that took over the rest of the world, though, man.
Well, it's because in this universe, Harambe was never killed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now
He was the president
in
2016.
I can agree
we have
with that.
Grand
I do remember
Emperor
that.
Makala, who is a orangutan, and he's just been destroying this country.
Yeah, I have the supply of the world's creme de banana down here in the bunker, so we're
They've been banging on the doors.
Yeah.
If you hear, wait, everyone, listen, hold on, quiet for a sec. Did you guys just hear that banging on the bunker door?
vaguely,
Yeah. It's just the locals, man.
Well, no, it's they want the bananas, dude.
Yeah.
But until then, we're just going to be making podcasts pretending that the world is normal.
That banging is definitely not people's wives / caretakers letting us know that daycare time is over.
No.
Playtime's
Hey,
over.
and that's a good segue into what we've been up to.
Hey, yeah. So, Charlie, you want to take off the weekly catch up here?
Yeah, not much really gone on the last week. I can't even start the story without giving away what happened. I got married.
Woo!
Yeah. Here we get one like for that.
Married
Thank you.
Maxing.
Yeah, after
Married
9 years,
Maxim.
finally tied the knot. It's been pretty nice. I like having a wife.
Yeah, actually, yesterday
so.
yesterday was 1 year of 1 week of being
Yes,
married.
yeah, 1 week, and that's what I was gonna start with. My now sister-in-law graduated college, so we were there. So a lot of big life events for her side of the family going on. But yeah, I got married. I'm pretty sure that's about all I've done since the last episode. Oh, I'm a college professor now.
Those are two pretty big what I've been up to.
Yeah, didn't expect to end up here. I was like, I'll be an animator for 30, 40 years, and then when I retire, I'll teach college. And here I am, 4 years into my career, and I'm already doing that. So
Deep in the bunker.
woo! Oh yeah, well yeah, this is
It's from Zoom.
I did this before the Planet
banana
of the Apes
times,
situation
yeah.
happened. The college is destroyed now. It was completely demolished in the chimpanzee bombing of 24. This all happened this year.
Well,
Yeah.
Apes Together is strong.
You
that's
guys,
all I know.
yeah, Planet of the Apes. It came out the new Planet of the Apes just came out, and it's actually it was just a documentary.
I can confer
Crazy.
with our lore master over in the beanbag, but I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
that the reason we've been in the bunker is because we're preppers and we foresaw the coming of the ape.
Yeah, we've
We
had
did.
the bunker for a
We
while.
did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they had how many movies warning us about this?
Yeah, this is
Not enough, brother.
The fourth,
Not enough.
fifth.
Well, guess what? We knew.
Yeah,
Yeah,
now
we
we
know.
know. Now we know where the Statue of Liberty is going to end up.
That's true. That's true.
We could use this copper to recreate the light bulb.
Yeah.
That'd be epic.
So we want to do a little. Does anyone else have like anything that they want to cap that with?
I don't think any of us can compete.
Yeah, I don't
with
think
a-
so.
Yeah, I
That's
don't
kinda
think
like-
so.
a major life.
I mean, you got 3 out of the 4 you were in the wedding party, and poor Tyler here had to work because of a funny little incident with the guy who was going to cover for him. I don't think we can say.
Yeah, I don't
on-
think
on
so.
chat.
I try not to
Legally.
edit these, man.
Especially not the joke that I made previously.
I just alluded to it. The only people who are going to know what it is us here. So you viewers can try to imagine what happened.
are tens of hundreds of
You're very
singular
right.
viewers.
All
Well,
5 of you.
If we have
Yep.
2 listens, I'm one of them. If we have 1
Exactly.
listen, it's Josh.
It's me. I am our biggest fan.
Hey, where do we have those viewers from again? Like,
Brussels.
oh yeah,
Brussels,
yeah.
yeah.
There's the Brussels guy.
shout out
yeah.
to the Brussels gang. We love you guys.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Can I kind of take the lead on one of our topics here?
Yeah,
Yes.
sorry. I'll shut up now.
Damn.
I've been talking
Damn.
a lot.
Damn, bro.
No,
No, it's
I've
fine.
been
You got
talking
married.
a lot.
Yeah,
What
that's a license
being
to
married
talk
does to a man.
Yeah, but no.
Bro gets married.
about. Bro got married.
So I went to visit my friends.
Yep,
bro,
Max.
bro put a ring on it. Sorry, that's the brain rot coming through.
Yeah.
Anyway, so who here has been vaguely aware of the Kendrick and Drake beef?
Do you mean who has not been vocally stimulating to BBL?
I'll be real. I haven't listened to either of the tracks because I don't really care.
Oh well, there's more than just 2.
Like
there's
I've known Drake has been like a groomer for like ever. I don't need a song to tell me.
Jack, how about you?
I just don't fucking care.
He's just here.
Yeah, he's got no dogs in this
Look,
fight.
Yup.
There's one dog in this fight. I care. Oh yeah, Team K Dot baby.
I thought there was a hog in the race.
Yeah, well,
All right. So I wanted to go over the timeline here because it's actually kind of hilarious. If that's okay.
Yeah.
So there's this song, right, that Drake and J. Cole put out together called First Person Shooter. Judging by the lack of melanin in this room, I am assuming no one in this room besides me, because I'm emotionally invested in this, has listened to First Person
I
Shooter.
have. Come on.
Oh, Josh has. Yeah. Me
Oh,
and
yeah,
Josh
come
are with it. You know, have you guys?
No,
I have not.
No.
Okay. Okay.
It's just us, buddy.
Just us,
that
man.
was a while ago, though, right? That was like.
It was,
If you're
it was
talking about
like, I
the-
think a couple months
This
ago.
I was
was
gonna say.
before the ape uprising.
Yeah.
Planet
yeah.
of the
I've listened to
comma.
everything after Family Matters.
if you're talking about the song,
Huh?
I don't know. If you're talking about the gaming like genre, I'm more about those fourth person shooters.
No, you only play hero shooters.
crazy.
You're a liar.
That's
No,
crazy.
shut the
Crazy
fuck
thing to
up.
say, man.
Is Destiny a hero shooter?
No.
That is the
It's like-
least
it's like a
melanated thing I think I've
FPS
ever heard in my life.
MMO.
That's fair.
Okay, anyway, so they put out this song, and it was actually like this was the thing that like started this whole beef, and it was fairly innocuous. J. Cole basically had a line saying that if he had to choose the big 3 of rap, it would be himself, Drake, and Kendrick. So if anything, he was actually giving Kendrick like, props, being like, you're in the top 3.
As someone who's completely outside, really ballsy of this J. Cole guy to include himself, because I don't listen to rap. I don't listen to rap. I know Kendrick. I know Drake. Who the fuck is J. Cole?
Okay, all right. Okay,
Look, I'm gonna be honest.
J. Cole is not on the same caliber.
I was gonna say I am glad that Charlie took the bullet there because I was gonna say the exact same thing.
This
I know
schmuck,
of
J.
him,
Cole.
but like that is big to put yourself in those shoes. You know.
Sure.
Dude, there's an
sure.
alternate timeline where we were talking about country and we got the same reaction. Like,
Yeah, who the fuck is Chris Stapleton?
I just don't know rap. I'm very. I don't know. I'm not.
You're
a
not
big
much of a
music-
No,
rapist.
that's all right. That's all right. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a.
Rapist. We'll get to it. Whoa. But yeah, so what happened? So J. Cole put up the song with Drake, First Person Shooter, and he says, the big 3, that's me, Kendrick, and Drake, right? So then fast forward a little bit. Actually, you guys know the Spider-Verse movies.
I'm familiar.
So Metro
yes.
Boomin, who is very heavily prominent on producing.
Metro Boomin, more like Metro.
Actually, he's in the clear. Metro's
Oh,
cool.
okay.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
heard someone make that joke before we recorded. So
Well, because
I
Drake
wanted to be
clapped
in
back
on
with
it.
a beat that was Metro Boomin, and he beat the allegations. It's okay.
Yeah. So Metro Boomin is a famous producer. He's worked with Drake as well as Kendrick and a bunch
He's
of
one
others.
of the Migos, R.I.P.
Yes. R.I.P. But Metro's great.
F.
So anyway, Metro Boomin and the rapper Future We know who Future is.
Nope.
He was
Fucking
also.
mad.
Oh, but I'll probably know
Dude,
about him
you-
later. in
I
the
already
future.
named off like the 2 rappers I know. The third one's
Future's
Eminem.
the la-di-da-di-da
Lil
slob on my
Dicky.
knob
I know
guy.
Little Dicky.
Oh,
What about MF Doom?
MF Doom. I know MF Doom. Rest in peace.
Wait, no, wait. That's Future, Josh? I thought he was
Future's
the
the
guy who...
la-di-da-di-da
I
slob on
thought
my
he
knob.
was the guy who
oh
brought...
yeah.
Childish Gambino. I know him. Donald
There,
Trump.
okay.
Oh, yeah.
I thought he was the guy who brought, like, Scrooge to his, like, gravestone.
What?
What do you-
Future?
Oh, the Ghost of
Okay,
Christmas.
all right.
Oh my
Okay,
god.
I'm just gonna keep
This
going
pod
on.
is getting whiter as we speak.
Yeah.
Dude, we're as white as the Ghost of Christmas past. Am I right?
Okay, then Future and Metro Boomin were making this song called "Like That." It's a pretty great song. It's awesome. If you're Charlie, you would know it from the memes where, like, before the beat drops, they're like, "Yeah, tell him Reggie Rock," and then it cuts into the synth. Josh knows the song, so it's really funny.
Do they actually say that in the song?
No, but like,
Oh.
there's memes. There's memes that are like,
That's
like,
that's the song that Metro had the like diss beat track on, right? Where it was just like ba-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah, like
okay,
a really
yeah.
high pitched synth.
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
it's a really, really sick song. And so Kendrick was asked to be on that song. Kendrick hopped up on this, being like, you know, J. Cole, keep my name out of your mouth. Fuck the big 3. It's just Big Me. Meaning that Kendrick is like, you know,
Right,
the
right.
best rapper in the game. Right?
I mean, arguably correct.
yeah, I would say undoubtedly correct.
I would completely agree, and I don't even listen to rap.
Drake hasn't won a fucking Pulitzer. I'll tell you that much. All right? Who has K-Dot?
I know the only thing Drake has won is certain allegations. Am I right?
So what happens, right?
We'll get him, though. We'll get him.
And then so officially the rap beef has started at that point, right? Because Kendrick is like, "Fuck you, don't keep my name out of your mouth." Then J. Cole puts out a song, and then like which is a diss on Kendrick, immediately
Regretted it.
Yeah, he immediately regretted it. And I don't know if it was at Coachella, but it was some other big
Folds
event.
like
he
a
was
lawn chair.
Yeah, and he was like, J. Cole literally in front of an audience of like 10,000 people was like, "That was the dumbest shit I've ever done in my life," and bounced out of the beef before
Yes.
he even like gets
His
started.
third eye opened. And he's like, you know what? This isn't worth it.
And then, so while the rest of what I'm about to explain to you is happening, J. Cole was recently found on a beach by a fan. Like he was making beats on the beach, just vibing. So
Maybe this J. Cole
and
guy
then,
ain't so bad.
but here's the thing. So Drake at this point though, nothing wrong with J. Cole. J. Cole's fine.
He be
He's
catching
aight.
stray shots though in all these
Dr.
disses
Yeah.
J.
though.
Cole and Mr.
Yes.
Hyde, am I right?
So then
He cannot
Drake,
sleep with both eyes closed.
So J. Cole found his inner peace. He's fine. And again, when I
He's
say that
enough.
Kendrick is an angry man, I don't mean it in a negative way, but it makes more sense that when you find out that he's a 5'7" man from Compton.
Wait, Drake is 5'7"?
No,
No.
Kendrick.
Oh, sorry, I was.
No, Drake is from like a wealthy family in Toronto. Like never once
Yeah.
suffered in his life. Like that, I
yes.
think that's a key ingredient to understanding the beef.
There's
Yes.
some weird correlation between people who are really wealthy and people who have tendencies like Drake.
It's kind of whack, right?
Yeah, kinda.
Yeah, that's very interesting.
But yeah, so then Drake though comes out with the song after J. Cole bows out, so now it's just Drake v. Kendrick, right? And then in that song, there's a line that got memed to hell where Drake tells Metro Boomin, Metro, shut your ass up and make some drums. So then Metro proceeded to make drums for almost all the diss tracks that Kendrick proceeds to drop. So Drake drops. See, Josh knows because this is fucking hilarious. So Kendrick comes out with a song called Euphoria, right? And that's the one you might have heard like clips of it being like, "I hate the way that you talk, I hate the way that you walk."
Okay.
I'm your biggest hater.
Yes.
I'm the biggest hater. Yeah.
Reverse flash levels of hater.
Kendrick also notably takes away Drake's N-word pass, which is very funny.
Wait, does he actually?
Yes,
Yes.
he's like,
It's been revoked.
I hate
Yeah.
the way you say.
yeah. It's a whole bar. There's a melody to it. It's great.
That's pretty.
And then so in response to this though, Drake actually drops one of the best diss tracks of all time called "Family Matters," which I think Tyler, you said that you've listened to, right?
I guess I didn't have the timeline right because I listened to the initial one that we were talking about where Metro Boomin had like the high pitched synth on it,
Yeah.
and then
That's
from
like
that onwards I've kept up with it.
Okay. So basically what happened, Drake actually drops this really killer diss track, actually on the day of your wedding, believe it or not, called "Family Matters." But then, and he pretty much, he alleges that Kendrick beat his wife, pretty much just saying, like you're just a hater, all this stuff, on top of the allegation of him beating his wife. Kendrick then comes out,
Back to back.
Yeah. So Kendrick, less than an hour later, drops a song called "Meet the Grams," and it is him the entire song is him basically addressing each verse to a member of Drake's family.
Yes.
Oh my.
And to add to it, the picture.
I was gonna say
for
the album
song,
cover is incredible.
The album cover is like a Google Maps view of Drake's like.
Oh no,
mansion.
that's the next song.
Oh, that's the next one.
Meet the Grams. The album cover is like a bunch of trash that he paid someone to take out of Drake's trash can.
Yeah, so
And
it was
so
OVO because it was Drake's record label.
Yeah.
He did this all in an hour. He paid some dude to.
Well, he had it locked and loaded.
He had Batman prep time.
He was really careful with the things he picked out because like even if you just saw the cover of the album, there's like some heavy fucking allegations, right?
Yeah.
Because he has like there's a bottle of pills that you would like usually use to roofie people.
Ooh.
He's accusing Drake of being on Ozempic.
I think
there was something else that was like
the BBL.
sus. Oh right. Well, no, that wasn't in that cover though.
That was in Euphoria when he said
BBL.
No, but this is just the stuff in the picture without even talking about the song itself.
Yeah. So I actually
Right, you can cut this part out, but what's a BBL?
A Brazilian butt lift.
Oh, I thought.
So
I thought
you meant
you
big
yeah, that's it.
No. So it's like a Brazilian surgery that has like come to you know Dr. Miami, like plastic surgery. It's like a thing they do. They like liposuction fat out of your thighs or your stomach and they put it into your ass.
Oh, dude!
Wow.
What good is an ass with no thighs to ratio?
Because it takes supposedly they like took like some of the like fat from Drake's stomach.
Yeah, that's why he has rock hard abs because they're fake.
So does Drake have like a massive ass now?
So, well, yeah, he needed a counterweight for the. But no, he's beaten the allegations. Like, there's a very famous like TikTok plastic surgeon who like went through like all of his pictures over the last like 30 years and pretty much has like concluded that he didn't have any of the things done that people accused him of.
Dang.
So basically this was for Meet the Grams, and throughout the entire song he's like directly addressing like all of Drake's family members. So like
revealing another secret child.
Yes. Ooh. Yeah. So Drake also had rap beef. Did this happen in the Meek Mill one when Adonis was like revealed to the world?
I think so.
I think it might have been with Meek Mill.
Wait a minute. Where's Rick Ross fit into this? When did Champagne Moments come out?
I'm not gonna. I don't know. I don't want to say that I don't care what Rick Ross has to say on the subject matter, but
well, I know that he's on the Kendrick side because one of Drake's songs he says it's like 20v1.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, so and then Kendrick flips it on me because Drake famously, it's alleged but very easy to believe that Drake has ghostwriters.
Yeah, he's also the CEO of Features. This is my album. I'm on it once.
Yes.
Well, quick question. So you said this guy is on Kendrick's side, right? Is there any justifiable reason to be on Drake's side?
Fame, money, and also this is the thing.
If you're Canadian,
True. The entire hip hop community has basically turned against Drake over the past month or so.
Well, yeah, because he's a fucking pedophile.
You want to know who else sponsors Kendrick? Obama.
That's true.
That's true. That's true.
But you know who sponsors this podcast? Today's sponsored BetterHelp. Jack, I believe you have a read ready.
I was not ready for this.
Oh, well, you pulled it out of your ass when we were playing content warning, so I thought you had that shit.
Okay, but I literally Googled. I literally Googled
We were playing content warning like when it was coming out, and Jack was getting killed by that starfish thing that slowly drags you into its mouth. And as he's dying, he just starts reading off a BetterHelp ad read like 1-to-1. And it just like cuts off halfway through as the thing fucking kills him. It was great.
Editor, show the clip, please.
We should have a BS content warning. Like I feel like every schlock podcast has the content warning.
We should do it. I'm down.
There's nothing the internet needs more of than a bunch of fucking white dudes with a podcast doing gaming videos.
That's so
well, we're different.
Well, I mean, content warning is such a niche game.
We're different because we're actually funny.
Yeah, that's what sets us apart.
Yeah, people care about what I have to say.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Anyways, back to
sorry. So some lines from Meet the Grams that I appreciated. Dear Adonis, I'm sorry that your father is such an awful man. I think. One of the things. Okay, well, I'm trying to remember the bars. One of them.
He doesn't remember the bars.
Okay, well, I remember like the cliff notes. So for example, he tells Adonis, which is Drake's kid, "I wish your grandfather wore a condom." Many times throughout Meet the Grams, Kendrick says things along the lines of, "I think I'm ready to shoot through any pervert that lives," or "I think sick men with sick thoughts like yours should die." So there's a lot of stuff like that, and it gets kind of dark, and it gets really it kind of like takes the wind out of everybody because they're like, oh, like Drake is finished. These are some pretty hefty allegations, but like it's kind of a downer, you know.
Right.
So in response to that, less than 24 hours later, Kendrick drops the fucking Not Like Us, which is on like a West Coast beat, which you might have heard people saying before, where it's like trying to strike a chord. It's probably a minor, like
I've
that.
heard that one, yeah.
Yes, yeah. So that is that song. He also says instead of certified lover boy, certified pedophile, which is like a fucking
But
bar.
on the beat, and it hits so fucking
it's
hard.
so great.
Man, I wish I was into
that,
rap.
that's the one
sounds
with the
awesome.
album cover, right?
That's the
Of
one.
Jake's
Yeah,
album.
that is the
Yes.
one with Drake's house with all
Yes.
of the
Sex offender
sex
pips.
offender pins. It's fucking crazy. Yeah, and
Oh, wait, and I believe the day that dropped is when the drive-by happened at his mansion.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was like the next day or
There was
something.
a drive-by at Drake's mansion?
Yeah.
Yes.
Like someone shot at his mansion?
Someone
Yeah, exactly,
killed
dude,
one
there's
of his
kids in there. You
guards,
gotta be
I
careful.
think.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. But
That was a joke. That was a joke.
They're claiming
I didn't even hear
they're
that.
they're claiming that it was the weekend. It was his hitters that shot up the guard.
What
at
is
Mount-
the
yeah,
Weed
the
Squad?
Weeknd, the Weeknd also has beef with Drake.
Yeah.
Because apparently Drake tried to convince the Weeknd to take a really shitty album deal like years ago.
Yeah. Before he kind of popped off on his own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, Charlie, what I said was when you said, like, Jesus, someone did a drive-by at Drake's house, I said, yeah, no, they need to be careful. There's kids in there.
Oh. You know, it's funny. I haven't listened to any of the songs, but somebody posted a clip of an interview with Millie Bobby Brown from years ago, where some interviewers were asking about her friendship with Drake. And let me
Wait,
tell
to be
you,
clear, you're talking about that clip where she was 15 years old?
she was 14 actually.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah, so she's talking about how like, oh, me and Drake text all the time,
Yeah.
and they're like, oh, what
Not
are you
weird
talking
at all.
about?
No.
And
no.
she's like, boys, and they're like, oh,
What are you wearing, baby?
Yeah, like she's saying pretty much everything except what we're all, you know,
Dead ass fart.
Right.
And it's just like, Jesus Christ, dude.
And so the last song in this beef, and it's basically considered to be ended at this point. Drake, and the best thing about this song is the name. It's called The Heart Part 6.
So this is a Drake song?
Yes. So this is Drake's final response. Kendrick is not going to respond. I don't
Kendrick's
think.
like, yeah, I'm
Well, wait,
Because-
to be clear, it's because their record label that they're both under told them they need to knock their shit off.
I don't think they're under the same label, though.
No, they are. So UMG is the ultimate publisher for Kendrick's label, for OVO, and for J. Cole and The Weeknd.
Oh, yes.
And so they're like, we will start fucking you guys over if you do not cut it out. Because, like, we are losing money because all you bozos are under the same roof.
Boy. So with this final Drake track, though, I'm almost wrapping this up. I promise. Okay. So basically, he does the entire thing. It's basically just kind of like a no you thing. So keep in mind. So Kendrick, throughout all of these diss tracks, has alleged that he liked underage girls and all this stuff. Not mentioning any specific names, including the ones that we're thinking. So what does Drake do?
No,
He says, "No, Millie Bobby Brown. I wouldn't look twice in no teenager." He would look once, though. He would look once.
What was the line where he's like, "You would have been worth it if I was a predator"?
Yeah. So Drake also says that he's too rich to be a pedophile.
Which,
Too rich and famous to be a pedophile.
Did he miss all like the Epstein Island stuff going on? I'm pretty sure everyone
He's
there
Canadian,
was
man.
rich. Well, he was probably there.
Can we? I just want to like take it way back. Drake has a history of losing these fights. Do you know one of his first like big rap beefs?
Are you
Biggie Cheese.
We're going way, way back.
way back?
Way back. I will say Drake outlived this individual.
Oh, X.
X?
Yeah. XXX Tentacion.
Oh no,
was
way
talking shit on
past,
Drake, and
way
then-
older than that. Way older
Oh.
than that.
Was it the guy whose name was like 69 or something?
No,
No.
he had beef with Michael Jackson.
Really?
Yeah, so Drake
What?
Drake shit talked Michael Jackson, had a couple verses where he was like talking down on him.
Pot calling the kettle black.
What did
Jesus.
Michael Jackson do? Bought his entire fucking discography. Go ahead and talk shit. I'll make money either way.
That's kind of.
That's fucking crazy. That's
Wow.
wow.
Well, that's the kind of stuff that's being like drug up by this,
Right.
right?
Well, yeah. And so, and the thing about like a lot of people in the hip hop industry too is that for a lot of these smaller artists as they're starting out,
Right.
you basically, and Kendrick pokes fun of this in the tracks too, where it's like you're signed to a guy who's signed to a guy who's signed to a guy. So it's basically a fucking pyramid scheme in the rap world.
Yo, is there
Yeah.
a conspiracy here that maybe they're starting this beef to just like make a ton of money for their one?
Well,
parent
yes,
label?
because everything popped off because of Nicki and not Cardi B.
Oh my God, we're
Nicki
getting more
and-
people
Megan.
in this fight.
Nicki and Megan, thank you.
Dude,
yeah.
the fucking
Team Megan.
Smash
Are you
Bros.
talking-
roster
talking
is
about-
so beefy.
Yeah.
Megan
Exactly.
Thee Stallion.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, so that was maybe 4 or 5 months ago now, and because of that, I think rat beef is back on the menu officially. But this felt very nice over the past few weeks, just watching Kendrick just beat, because we got basically half a fucking Kendrick album, which is phenomenal.
I just want Killer Mike to come in and fucking finish it.
I would love for that.
Oh my god, dude! Just bury both of them and be done with it. Holy fuck!
Oh, actually, we talked about it a little bit. I think so. For going all the way back to that song, like that kind of started this whole thing with Kendrick calling him out. Kanye did a remix of Like That, and no one gave a fuck. No one, I did not even know it was a thing until I was looking into it for this video.
I completely forgot Kanye was a rapper until you said him just now. Like, when I was naming off rappers I knew, I completely forgot about him.
Well, yeah, I don't we were talking about it before, Charlie, but, I think I ran out of He Made Graduations.
Yeah,
know?
What does it say? Because it's like, I think the big thing in rap is it's only okay if you're punching up or, like, punching in an equal. Ye is down so fucking bad. People are like, we can't. It's like, it would be bad to push him down.
He watched 21 Jump Street, and he changed his ways, I think.
Actually, have you seen any of the on the street interviews with him?
No, I don't really watch now.
Oh, you mean where he's like completely fucking unhinged?
Yeah, well, no, like it just pops up on my Twitter. I don't go looking for it. Like I don't follow Kendrick. I don't follow Kanye or anything.
What is Twitter?
Oh, you mean X?
X,
formerly Twitter.
The website formerly known as Twitter.
Did you guys see that Nintendo put out that statement about how they're removing the ability to post stuff from the Switch onto Twitter, but every time they mention it, they say X, formerly Twitter, 5 times in that press statement, just proving that the rebrand just didn't work. It's Twitter.
Wait, so do you have anything to add to the rap beef? Because I feel like that takes us to something else that was announced this week.
No, I think that about wraps up my portion of it. What are you thinking?
Okay, so you're familiar with Nintendo. Basically, their administrators over there, it's like a race to see who can leak shit faster.
Yes.
So it's like the Mario movie was leaked, and then
there was those mega leaks of all their old game,
No. I'm talking about
people are fucking
people at Nintendo leaking things where it's like, oh, we have a planned media release, and someone will just on Twitter be like, oh, yep, so we're making the sequel to XYZ, and it's coming out this time, and then
there's those people who just will post emoji combos, and they'll end up being games that get announced.
So it's their CEO just announced that we will be announcing the sequel to the Nintendo Switch this year, but it won't be at the Direct in June. Okay, first of all, there's a Direct in June. That's wild. That's fucking insane. You're just going to drop that like that.
He said fiscal year, too.
Yeah.
So, any time between now and March 2025, we're finding out about the Switch, too.
Oh, my God, dude.
Crazy.
I hope, imagine this. It's like a clamshell design with a screen on the top and a screen on the bottom.
Yo. No way.
And there's the bottom's a touchscreen that you can use a stylus for.
Yeah. Right, hear me out. Top screen that uses some sort of glasses-free 3D technology to make the games pop out at you.
Dude, that's basically headsetless VR. That's insane.
Oh my god, dude! In the logo, you could switch the S around to make it a 3D itch.
Whoa!
Yeah.
The likely scenario though, it's gonna be the Switch U, and it'll be their worst selling console.
The new Switch U XL.
Yeah, because if
2D
Nintendo sucks at. It's naming their console.
I think if we do go with the clamshell design though, you would still have to keep the Joy-Con since they're disposable, right? You use it for a couple games, you throw it out. So
you keep draining people's wallets. Oh, we'll fix the drift.
Yeah. That's why Nintendo Online is so cheap, because that's not what you're actually subscribing to. You're subscribing to the Joy-Con.
I would like to push back on the idea that Switch Online is cheap now.
Yeah, no, it's.
I mean, a Solo is $15 a year, no?
So it's $20 for the basic package, but then it's 50 or something.
You want your old ROMs? That'll be $60 a year, please.
How much are you paying for the family pack, Tyler?
It's dirt cheap because it's $40 for the basic, but you can get 5 accounts on it.
Yeah,
that's not too bad. Okay.
Yeah, that's what.
So I got the 2 cousins who play Fortnite exclusively.
Yeah, me and Nicole.
Fortnite's everywhere.
Yeah. So one of my cousins recently, I might be outing him. I don't think he's a fan, so it'll be okay. He low key called his I don't know what grade he's in. He called his teacher the N-word. And
that's not where I thought this was going at all.
Yeah, when they discussed it afterwards, they're like, "Where did you hear that? That's what they call me on Fortnite."
What? Oh.
My poor aunt, she's like, "Is this true? Is that the kind of language that you'd hear in Fortnite?" I'm like, you know what? I haven't played in years, but I'm gonna unequivocally say yes, 100%.
The Industrial Revolution and its consequences have been a disaster for the
I
human race.
know.
Well, I mean, if you think about it too, like going back to the, everyone's like, oh, you wouldn't survive a second in a COD lobby nowadays. But like,
Just log on Fortnite, dude.
yeah, exactly. Just log on a Fortnite, dude. It's the same thing.
Yeah,
like
some dude doing the gritty in a Vegeta skin will call you every slur, and new ones you didn't even know.
I know, new ones you didn't even know.
It's always the Frieza skin.
Did you know you can turn? I think they were adding an option that you can turn those off.
What?
Offensive emotes.
So like,
Is there actually offensive
no more,
emotes?
no
Like,
more
if
Wonder
you
Woman
if you
whipping
down
and-
someone and then you do like the take the L,
How do you determine what's offensive?
like the ones where I have no idea.
Also, I hope that by turning it off, it just means like T-pose. So it's like they're doing something offensive, and instead their character just sits there.
I honestly have no clue.
Are they doing that to avoid the that one scenario they had with they tried to do the MLK
The
map
MLK
and-
event?
and-
I think that's all you need to say.
yeah.
Have you guys seen the thing
We've
on
said worse
TikTok
things already.
where it's like it's this guy and they're reading the lore of Fortnite as if it was actual history. So it's like the names are like just slightly changed, and it's like talking about actual historical events through the perspective of this like other universe in Fortnite.
Yes.
What?
Fortnite lore is kind of is whack. Do you know that there's Fortnite lore?
There's
Yeah,
incredible
the fish
lore.
There's
guy
a
is
whole
dead.
story of lore.
The fish
Yes.
guy, the roasting chestnuts on an open fire fish guy. He's you ever seen that
Yes.
meme where
Yes.
it's like I love the fish like doing the pog. That fish is canonically dead.
Yes. Batman Who Laughs is canonically trapped in Fortnite, I
love
believe.
Well, my personal
Wreck-It
favorite was in
Ralph is there.
Invincible season 2. They
Yes!
do like the multiverse episode, and at the final portal, he's holding the Fortnite gun like
Yes.
in the show. And he like hits him, which is great. I love it.
So it just shows that anytime you play as him in Fortnite, you play as Invincible. That could have been what happened while he was in that portal.
I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, I think we had. I'm happy that we discussed the rap beef and the N-wording of Fortnite, but
Yeah.
I'm not.
I think there was something else we gathered here for. Like, this is like an actual momentous occasion. Charlie's
Yes.
excited about like getting married and everything else, but we're all way more excited about the story that is about to transpire.
Oh, yeah, so I'm sure if you guys probably would, like, you just clicked on this video and it's like, oh, theme parks, and you're like, what the fuck are they talking about? Nintendo
Disney
Switch
Brown
rap
note. What's
beef?
that mean?
But yeah, so
This is for the
This
true
is-
listeners out
yes.
here, the ones who
If-
stick.
If you guys have seen our first theme park podcast episode, after that was done filming, me and my brother and my family, we were just had gone on a trip there. It was our first time in like 8 years, and I was telling them the story of a horrible bathroom experience I had at Epcot that has been affectionately referred to as RATASHITTY. And I stopped telling the story like partway through because we're like, oh, this is good podcast content. Let's save that. That was January 2023.
I would like it to
with
be known that there's
Panduki.
been many occasions since then where I'm like, Charlie, you could just tell us.
Yeah, but everyone else was like, let's save it for the podcast.
You don't
I gotta
understand.
avoid
Jared's
Good.
trying to spoil the fun.
Yeah, I was gonna say this needs to be documented.
Jared's trying to
When
pretend.
the monkeys eventually break into the bunker, there has to be like
Yes.
historical
They'll be able to
evidence.
hear our
Yes.
story.
White man shit pen.
There was no shit in the pants, but we'll get to that. But no, the BS crew, our private little Discord for planning things. I swear, like every couple of weeks, somebody will post a GIF and they'll be like, "RATASHITTY won."
I have not escaped it, dude. I have not escaped it.
Yeah, Jared's he's not beating the RATASHITTY allegations. But we're gonna get to that because we're gonna
Let
just
it
gonna
simmer and
slowly
stew.
Cruise into that.
I can't, you can't just like name drop that because the gifts alone, there's like a whole lore to it. It's like
There is.
out of nowhere, like it'll be months since someone posted something. All of a sudden, you get the gif of the guy like blowing a blood vessel trying to take a dump.
Yeah.
Or it'll be
Curl his toes into the ground and rip on the pipes.
or
Or,
it'll be
and
like
those
the
shows-
Remy walking past the soup pot and it
Yeah.
like gagging.
Eldo, show the gift, please. Thank you.
Editor's not going to do that. I'm gonna be
Eldo
rude.
will.
but yeah, so before we get to that, that'll be the cherry on top of our shit Sunday
Yeah.
episode. But yeah, we're just gonna talk about. I know for most people here, this isn't the most thrilling. It's really just Tyler and I.
Yeah, I'm excited for this.
We're as some people would say, Disney adults in denial.
I like the
It's
Dino.
chronic.
I'll say I really hate the company except for the theme parks, and even then I'm kind of growing a little tired of them. But we'll
What do you
get to
mean?
that.
I wish it was more expensive. I wish that
I
I
want
wish that they
more
took
ads.
more amenities away.
Yes.
Oh,
I wish the lines were longer.
Yeah, who
So-
needs the meal plan? You need to give
Yeah,
all your money
exactly.
to Papa Disney.
In fact,
So
they
Todd-
should take the fast pass away.
you know that's
I want
a-
the slow pass.
Yes,
I want to pay
yes.
to enjoy all the tips and Easter eggs and hidden Mickeys that they've put in all the line areas.
yeah. You really want to observe that bench
do,
and really
yeah.
is take in
Exactly.
the artistic design behind it.
Disney Genie Plus, best thing that happened to the parks.
Yeah,
They're taking it away,
Dude,
I think.
Obviously.
no. I see. I love that we used to get free fast passes, and then they're like, "Wait a minute, what if we just had people pay for it?" And it's awesome, and it's worse.
So cheap to go to Disney World.
And
We
it's
need to
so
find another way to
awesome.
make money.
It's so awesome.
You know, it's really funny because us American park people, we're pretty cucked. You know, expensive tickets. Water bottles are like $6. You know, you want to know how much the Japanese parks want to know how much a day ticket is? $40.
American dollars.
American
or-
dollars. That's converted.
Damn.
To be fair, the yen is like the weakest it's ever been.
Oh.
That's a good point. You want
Okay.
to?
Why are we here in the bunker? Why are we not flying to Japan?
Well, yeah, because they're actually they're doing pretty well because they have like an anti Planet of the Apes force field.
Yeah,
Um,
what a
those
bastion.
statues.
This is what Copa died
Godzilla emerged and has been actually defending. It's a big twist. Godzilla's been
went down like a
defending
dog,
Japan.
dude.
Those Statue of Liberty is still intact.
Yes.
Yeah, no, for sure.
But
They took away the Gundam,
Here's
though.
another crazy
Yeah.
thing, right? Guess how much a cup of soda is in Japan at the Disney
Well, to be
parks?
fair, right, you have to remember this is as an American, you're talking about a thimble of soda, like
Yes.
a meager 16
Right?
ounces.
We're not talking about the big gulp.
Yeah. No, this is
Those
like
don't
what we would
exist
call
over there.
American small.
Yeah, a kid.
Ready? $1.50.
Oh,
And the
insane.
kicker is, you'd be like, oh well, the park's really cheap. It must be shitty there, right? For you park heads out there, the past couple of weeks they've been putting out a bunch of stuff for a new land they're opening up over in Tokyo at their second park called Fantasy Springs. And let me tell you, I'm pretty sure more money has been spent on those rides and how good they look than like the entirety of the American parks combined in the last decade. It's insane.
You know, I think there is something to be said. I believe that I am a little too well nourished to fit on some of the rides at the
Well, that's actually a big thing. Not Tokyo, but the Tron
We
roller
are big
coaster.
fans.
Our hardy American body.
The
Yeah.
Tron roller coaster that just opened in Florida is a clone of a
the one-
It's from China, and they didn't modify any like the specifications.
Yeah.
So the average
the
like
average
the average
Florida
big
man
boy
can't ride
American,
it.
yeah, they can't fit in
I
the
think
in the
because
roller
of my
coaster.
BBL, I'm not going to be able to fit in there.
True.
You should sue.
I should.
I will say that just because it is right down the road. Have you guys gone to Six Flags as adults?
No.
That shit is humbling.
Yeah, look,
When was the last time you went?
It was like last year. Me and Amanda, we got seasons passes because they were like $50 each. And I was
Damn.
like, we go like if we go more than once, we're fine. Dude,
Yeah.
I tried getting on the the
Thunderbolt.
Thunderbolt.
Thunderbolt,
Yeah, I
yeah.
tried going on
Wooden
Thunderbolt and like my knees just like wouldn't be able to like I just could not fit in.
You
And
must
I
be
was like-
this tall to ride, but you can't be wider than this. All these goddamn dimensions.
Yeah. See, that's I've never been super big on Six Flags for many reasons, mostly personal. I can't do roller coasters because of an injury, and that's why I've kind of like turned to. And also, for those of you who don't know, I'm an artist, so I really kind of appreciate.
tell.
Well, I really kind of appreciate the whole like design process into theme parks, like Disney, Universal, whatever. So that's where I've kind of turned to. Six Flags fucking sucks.
I was
dude.
going to say dog water.
Yeah. Because we're
It's an
currently
Agawam, I agree. Yeah.
we're currently like 20 minutes from a Six Flags park, and you'd think with growing up with it, I'd be pretty nostalgic for it, but
It's all I got for.
It's not even 20
Park
minutes. During the
memories, bro.
summer, I can.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, down
Yeah,
here
it's
in the
all I
bunker,
got.
we can hear the fireworks at Six Flags.
Yeah.
It is so loud.
they're
You
just
can
burning
you
through
can-
the supply.
You can hear the screaming of the children. I think on roller coasters, maybe being chased by the apes.
Yeah, we don't know.
Either way.
But Josh brings up an interesting point. You represent the opposite side of the spectrum here.
Poor.
Well, no. Hey, whoa. No, like somebody who's never been to a like quote unquote theme park.
Nope.
And then
I
Jared
got no
and
horse
Jack
in this
are like
race,
the
brother.
casuals, and Tyler and I are the people who probably are a little too into it. But
Okay, Jack, how many times? Let's go around the room. So Josh, you've never been to Disney.
I've never been to Disney World.
All right, Jack, how many times have you been to Disney World?
I think 3 times. Once when I was a little baby boy.
That's a
little
small
baby
number.
boy.
Okay, yeah, I've been twice.
Rookie numbers.
Twice.
I've been.
I thought you've been more than that.
No, twice.
I've been one more than Jack because I went with my at the time she was my girlfriend, but now she's my wife. We
Tyler
went
gonna
just the
drop
two of
double
us.
digits.
Yo, can we get a like for that?
Yeah,
He's
Just
the elitist.
We went just the two of us, but then for me it'd be 4. Maybe I think it might have been 5. I think we went 4 times as a family.
And then, so
Maybe.
Tyler, how many times have you been?
Hit us with the double digits.
You're getting fucking exposed by this question. I'm sorry.
2000, 2005,
Ooh, that's a big gap.
2007, 2013.
We're
No,
like-
no, wait, hold on. When Obama got put in office in 2008.
Yes.
Oh, so you also went 2008?
No, 2009.
Okay.
And then we had a little. There was a small drought from 2009 to when we went in 2016.
16. Yeah, because that's right when we graduated. Yeah.
Wait, no, there was one more. No, yeah, that's right.
So what are we at, like
2016.
5 or 6 right now?
5 or 6, and then I went in 2020.
I think 2021.
We're in this
we
decade,
docked
that's
at-
good.
One,
Panduki.
and then I went again in was it 21?
I know you've gone 2
I
times
went
since
before.
COVID.
In 2017.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because we
All
went 2016, and then a year later I went with a fam in 2017, and then we went in COVID in 2021. So that's like
Haven't you gone twice since COVID?
I don't think just the once
Oh.
because we still had to mask up when we went.
Yeah. Yeah, but Tyler's
That's
the
like
reigning champ.
Twice.
Yeah, I think it
Yeah.
equals out to actually negative 2 times.
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
But-
Well, and like when we went with my sister's godparents, we like stayed off property. So like we went a couple times, but we didn't like spend the whole vacation.
You kind of just doing like the Florida.
Yeah.
I remember when we were younger, my family kind of did that.
Did you go to the Big
'Cause-
Wizard?
Yes, we did.
what?
We also did
The Big Wizard.
You guys remember the movie
Big
Dolphin
what?
Tale about
You don't know about the Big
I
Wizard?
don't know about the
paraplegic?
fucking big
Wait,
wizard.
hold up.
yeah, I have no idea what he's talking
What
about.
kind of poor shit is this?
Exactly.
Okay, quick
You
tangent.
would never know about the Big Wizard.
What is
You're
the
an
Big Wizard?
elitist.
What is that?
The Big Wizard?
Yeah, what's the
There's
Big
like
Wizard?
this. All right, so like for little backstory lore. All right, so 1970s, 1970s. You know, Walt was dead by when they were planning Walt Disney World. It was all secret because they didn't want people knowing that Disney was buying up a bunch of land in Florida.
You
because-
are telling me that we are in a bunker because we foresaw the invasion of the apes, but you don't believe that Walt is frozen somewhere?
I mean, it's never been confirmed.
He's waiting for the fall of before he.
But they wanted all this land because when they built it in California, they only bought the land for the park. So immediately after, they had a bunch of like tourist shit set up right outside, so they couldn't grow. So they bought a ton of land in Florida to have this whole range of property, so they could expand as much as they want. They've used like 3% of the land. It's crazy.
Well, also so they would have space for their nuclear reactor that they have permission to build.
Yes. So on the outskirts of this like Disney wall, you know, it's this gated community, is all the tourist trap. I think it's like what I-95, I-5.
You're talking about in Florida?
Yeah, in Florida.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, right outside is just this road that goes on for miles of everyone trying to get as close as they can to Disney for their
I think
tour
it's like
stuff.
because it was the route that you used to take from the original airport to Disney, and
Yeah.
then Disney's like, hell no, I will pay to have a fucking highway built so that they don't have to pass by the shit on their way
Yeah.
to our parks.
Yeah, but there is the drive full of just every sort of kishy
Yeah.
tour shop that just has
Oh, wait,
Disney
wait.
merch
So
and
is,
big
is-
letters.
Is,
It's
the,
the
is
Big
the Big
Wizard.
Wizard? Is that the store?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
There's
I
a
do know what
giant
you're talking
wizard.
about. Yes.
There's the
yeah.
giant orange, the like America gun store.
Oh yeah, the
Yeah,
one with
yeah.
like the eagle and the
yeah,
ball.
like it's like
There's-
painted like a giant American
Yeah,
flag.
dude, there's Gatorland.
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 There, there's like a dinosaur. I watched a video. Some guy just did all like the random shit on
His
the
name's
outside.
Billiam.
Billiam, yeah. And they did the dinosaur park. All the shit that but Yeah. Where were we?
This
going
we're so much better than Defunct Land. Like this history is so much better than any of his artistic works.
This is just like flow of memory.
Yeah, the schlock.
Schlockcast.
This Defunct Man. He's making like artistic documentaries that are changing the game.
We're making autistic.
Yeah.
All right. Where were we even going with all this?
Great question.
But basically,
I'm still
Tyler and I
confused
have-
on what the Great Wizard is.
It's just
It's a
like,
tourist trap.
It's a tourist. It's like a gift shop that sells like bootleg.
But
organic-
outside of it is like a giant concrete wizard.
Yeah.
Okay, all
And
right.
he's like just like over the whole arm stretched out. There might be a crystal
It is
ball.
featured in the Florida Project, the movie.
So there's a
Noted.
There's like a whole like business dedicated to catering to Disney adults. So there are some like pieces of merchandise that you can only get inside of the parks, right?
Yeah, of course.
And so if you are in one of those in between stages where it's a couple weeks before you can go back, you've just gotten home, you're like, oh, I need to get this piece of merch. There are people that like live in Orlando who have season tickets, who you can like order stuff like in the parks, and they will go and like wait in line and get it for you and then ship it to you for like 4, 5, 8 times the price of the actual item.
Yeah.
So is this like the pin market?
Not
More
not
than
exactly.
like
It's
t-shirts.
more like
Oh, so it's
t-shirts and
everything.
like
Okay.
and like kind of things where it's like, why on earth would you spend this kind of money? So it's like, do you know how like Disney has their own like line of like candy and snacks and stuff?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So in the parks, it's super overpriced as it is. It'll be like somewhere between like $5 and $10 for like a bag of gummy worms. And to be clear, they're just gummy worms in Disney packaging.
Yeah, just like Goofy slapped on them.
So what you could do is like, instead of like waiting to get your kid Disney gummy worms when
Or
you
just
go to
going
the
to
park,
Walmart.
or going to Walmart, you spend $45 plus shipping and handling and taxes to have some person go to the parks and
But
pick
it's
it
for
up.
the brand.
And
Those
then
are
ship
gotta
it.
taste awful though, right? Like by the time it goes through.
Yeah.
Through the Orlando heat back to someone's house. And
Yeah, it's melted.
Do you know that meme where it's like someone's like, ooh, it's raining outside. I think I'm going to have someone pick up my dinner for me. This is like the terminal stage of that. Like, ooh, it's going to be a couple weeks before I can go back to Orlando. I think I'm going to pay someone to ship me back a sweatshirt and Mickey ears.
Yeah, I'd like to think I'm not at that point. I only buy stuff when I'm there, which isn't
But there's a
often.
lot of drama right now because some of these companies that are charging like outrageous amounts of money for actual Disney merch, blah blah, blah, are going to places like the Big Wizard and buying like bootleg.
Damn.
Dude, Big Wizards.
Now I don't want to say that you deserve it, but
If you can get your credit card out and wholeheartly spend $60
Yeah.
on a $5 bag of gummy worms because
Yep.
there's a Goofy on the outside,
You deserve it.
Dude, Goofy's Candy Company.
you pretty much asked for it.
Honestly,
The
if
Big
you,
Wizard
if
deserves your money.
you, if you want that like experience, just like go to Google Images and like go look at a picture of Goofy while you're eating the gummy worms.
But it's not the same.
That
But-
isn't the same.
They won't make
It's
it
not
stale.
the same
What makes
because
it-
those gummy worms weren't handpicked by Goofy's gloved
Yeah.
hands.
That's true.
Put into the bag.
You like the
get
green
that
one?
whiff of Goofy musk as you open the
I want the
bag.
yellow one.
Goofy must.
Does his glove
Yeah.
feel like cloth or is it flesh?
I've shaken his hands cloth.
Yeah.
That's what they want you to think, Charlie.
Yeah, he actually just has like a tumor growing on his wrist that looks like the glove band. And
It's actually calloused after beating my hand. With hammers for 70 years.
Mickey, what did you do? Yo, add his head to. We got our 6th member of the podcast.
Fuckers!
How do you get in? The door's like sealed shut.
I was here the whole time.
I've been in the walls.
Oh shit!
Caesar couldn't stop me. You think you can? Okay, I'm sorry. That was a terrible bit. It's a planet of the mouse, bitch.
So we talked a little
That was a
bit about
terrible
Tron.
fucking bit. I'm so sorry.
Hey, Eddo, delete
No,
the
keep doing it, dude. It's good.
Eddo,
Yeah, you
delete
like
the NPC file. Thank you.
So are there any other big changes at Disney that you are happy and proud and excited for?
Me personally?
Yeah.
Well,
Because
yes.
I don't think any of these other schmucks.
Yeah.
anything
Oh,
is
no.
going
I mean,
on there.
I got my notes.
This is all
I got my
learning
notes.
for me.
Wait, is
all new to
Tiana's?
me.
I'm here to learn.
Exactly.
Shall I go through my notes?
Yes, please.
Charlie, is Tiana's on there?
Tiana, I will talk about Tiana.
I think that's a headliner.
Yes, I'm gonna go through. Before we get to that, I'm gonna finish up my thoughts on Japan, Tokyo Disney Seas, Fantasy Springs.
Oh yeah, we were talking about that.
It's crazy.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
where
right?
we were before our like memory
But-
conscious
but
sprung
these-
off.
I don't mean to ask the editor, but maybe just put up. I'll send you a clip of this Tangled ride with Rapunzel. It's insane. It'll be worth it. It's
okay.
Trust me, it'll work with the new format.
This is what happens when you give these people making these parks an actual budget, because it's insane the amount of like technology and artistry that goes into it. And then you look what they're putting out in America, and it's like, oh, here's a screen projecting an image, and your car kind of rocks a little bit.
Is that not the most Florida shit ever, though?
You know, I think the most Florida shit is that there's like competing companies for where you can get your electric scooter from.
Yeah. But no, they used to have stuff of this quality in Florida, and it just the current management is so. So the parks are the only profitable business of the Disney company at this point, right? Because 2023, pretty much every movie they put out bombed except for Guardians 3.
That's why they should just write them off as a tax credit instead of releasing them.
Exactly.
We don't need the apocalypse.
This was brought to you by David Zaslav. No, but pretty much all their movies bombed. The streaming service has been a constant loss. There's no such thing as like cable anymore. Nobody's buying the Disney Channel. Like they're bleeding money, but the parks make a shit ton of money because they're just really popular, and so they're funneling those funds to keep the other businesses afloat. But the thing in Japan, Disney doesn't own the Japanese parks.
They like rent it.
Yeah, the Oriental Land Company owns the parks. That's the actual name of it. And I can say it. That's the actual name of the company. But
it's our word.
Yeah. They own it.
So all of the profits from those parks just go back into the parks itself to like, you know, make new things and all that. So you have these super, you know, state of the art rides. Like there's a new Peter Pan ride that's opening that is like state of the art. People are comparing it to a Spider-Man ride in Universal, which only Tyler will probably understand.
Is that the one where they fling the red
ball?
ball?
I'm a terminal Disney adult. I've never been to Universal.
Oh yeah. So well, Jack, you remember the Peter Parker Spider-Man ride we rode, where you're like in the little news reporter vehicle?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, it's pretty much that with a different Peter.
Yeah, but did you wait 4.5 hours for it?
I think not.
I don't know.
Because historically, the Peter Pan ride at Magic Kingdom has the longest wait of any ride at Magic Kingdom.
And it's not because it's the most popular ride.
Which one is the Peter Pan
It's the one where you go on the pirate ship.
You get in the pirate ship and you float.
Thing.
It's not. There's not a long wait because it's a good ride. It's a long wait because it has a very low throughput. Like there's only so many people that go through in an hour.
It's good in a nostalgic way because they barely touched the ride in the
or
50
anything
years.
else in the park. Whoops.
Well, I mean, a lot of the other things have been updated, but they can't update the Peter Pan ride because the building technically isn't up to code. And if they want to modify anything about the ride, they would have to completely dismantle and start from scratch. But it's popular. It's a
not up
crowd
to
eater.
code. I thought they made their own code.
Because people are saying like, why isn't Disney getting rid of the pretty offensive depictions of Native Americans on this ride? And it's because if they just want to remove those little figures from the ride, they gotta fucking destroy the whole thing and rebuild.
When are they gonna get rid of the stinky lawnmower race cars? I'm so sick and tired of the area of tomorrow, the future, smelling like the back of a fucking pickup truck.
Wait, hold on. Do they actually smell?
Yeah, it's
it smells terrible.
But
it's not just Florida.
It's either California. Yeah, it's either California or Florida. But they announced that they're going electric.
It is not just gasoline. It is leaded gasoline because they're ancient ass.
Oh yeah, it's
like
cars,
2-stroke engines,
little buggies that have been running since the 70s.
Yeah,
it's this.
Wait, they haven't replaced them?
No.
And it runs off of like small engine fuel where you mix in the oil and everything. So it literally smells like fucking burnt napalm. It's like burning oil and gas.
You say all that, but would people be up in arms if they replaced them? I want it back. I want that smell back.
Probably.
Back.
They can just pump the smell in like they do everywhere else. Right?
Yeah. Look, you know, like how you're walking on Main Street, they're pumping the smells of candy. You walk to the go-karts, they're pumping the smell of gas.
No, listen. They survived.
Petrochemicals.
They've survived for that long. It's obviously the technology of the future.
Yeah,
if they can survive that long.
It's a land of all future technology, and it's like gasoline cars and Buzz Lightyear, and a roller coaster that is rickety and in the dark and hasn't changed since like 1970 whatever.
And if you put your arms up, no.
Yeah, your arms are gone.
Oh, actually, Tyler, can I tell you the high that I've been chasing for 8 years now?
Sure.
The fucking Disney World brownies. All right, with the little sprinkles on them. Oh my god,
dude! If there's one thing I love, sorry Tyler, you go first. If there's one thing I love, when my wife and I when we were kids together, it was crazy to think we were 19 when we went together.
And now what? You're like
you're a geriatric 26-year-old now.
I'm so old. 37 now. Just kidding, I'm 26. But we got the meal plan, and you get so much food from the meal plan. We were just getting tons of snacks. We
Can't have
ended
that
up
no more.
cashing out.
Are you a communist? What do you mean you get tons of food? you only get 3 meals a day.
Well, yeah, no, Bob Iger didn't want that. But with the meal plan when we went, in the good times, like you had a certain amount of snacks and they carried over. So at the end of the trip, we just went to the gift shop at our hotel and we just got like a shit ton of snacks for the plane ride. Like they were giving out free food. We were getting like $80 meals.
Can't have that.
We were getting the most expensive meals on the menus that we went to because we did a prepaid thing.
Yeah.
And it was like $200 a person, and this was for 4 days. We were getting
The meal plan is low key goated nowadays though, because now you can get liquor.
That's another thing.
That is, I could be convinced if it's.
So the high that I've chased, Jared, is when I went in 21 with the fam. We went in January, so it was a little chillier. So I wore a bunch of my like Teddy Fresh merch, and much to the dismay of the Floridites that live around Disney World cast members are almost universally girls, gays, and theys and theater kids. And so the sheer clout that I had walking around in the Teddy Fresh sweatshirt, like, I mean, people would bend over back. Yo, dude, like, it's so nice. It's like, well, sorry, that wasn't 2021. Oh, I guess it was 2021 because it was 2021, but also in 2017 and 2027, like that was the Vape Nation era. Like, I can't tell you now, Vape Nation, bro. You're like,
yeah, and that employee got fired for saying that. They make you like, oh, you can say that.
You're not loyal to the Disney family.
There's nothing like, usually as you get older, teens like think that you're no longer cool. I was the opposite. I was the cool person.
Yeah, all these underpaid teenagers like, that dude is so
He has drip.
Yeah, so long-winded way. Tokyo is awesome. America kind of sucks.
I don't know.
It's a management thing.
I'm thinking Tokyo probably no trash on the ground. Like, that's iconic. How can you go to a theme park without trash
They
on the
actually
ground?
clean their attractions. Here in America, we get dirty Small World boats. the fucking grime building up on them.
Hey, all immune systems wouldn't be
exactly.
they are without it.
I bet there's no electric scooters either. What, I'm supposed to walk with my legs?
Yeah, the BMI, the average BMI in Japan is way down. So, all right, let me see my notes here. We'll move on.
We gotta turn those numbers up.
Kids.
So Jack was asking if I was going to talk about Tiana's, the new. For those of you who don't know, if you have a life, Tiana's Bayou Adventure is a new ride opening in both of the America parks as a replacement to Splash Mountain. I'm sure even if you haven't been to the parks, you've heard of that name before. Jared?
Tiana is the Princess and the Frog.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
It's non-Disney
Yeah.
folk.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yes, she's Princess.
Oh, okay. I just want to confirm. Thank you.
So they announced in 2020, amidst certain cultural events, that they were going to be retheming Splash Mountain it was a coincidence. It didn't happen. It wasn't because of anything going on. They were just going to.
Can I invite our 7th guest on to the podcast tonight?
Who's our 7th guest?
All right, I'm going to hand my mic off to Alex Jones.
Oh, why do we let him in?
The sissy liberals, they're decancelifying Splash Mountain.
Yeah,
they're taking out all the good Southern heritage.
They're putting gay frogs in the ride.
Gay frogs.
The water, the bromine.
You can't say the bromine.
But yeah, so Splash Mountain, for those of you who don't know, was themed to the 40s movie Song of the South,
yeah.
Which, if you're like, why have I never heard of this Disney movie before if it has a ride?
Cancel!
Yeah, it's because the movie was kind of vaguely about happy slaves.
Vaguely?
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, at the start of the movie, it says the Civil War was over, so they were there on their own decision.
Oh my god.
No, that's that people will say, and it's true, but like it's the movie doesn't reiterate that. So as far as you know, it's just repainting, Southern slavery as a good thing.
If you are not familiar with Disney, you might be familiar with Key and Peele. There's a skit where one of them is like pretending to be a grandfather who's passed away, and they're like, "Oh, we found a bunch of tapes that he did when he was an actor back in the 40s."
Oh no!
And he turns out to be like a minstrel artist. That the person that they are parodying is one of the actors in Song of the South.
Wait, which one?
The guy who sings Zippity Doo Dah.
Well, he was an actual black guy.
Yeah, I know, but it was still like a minstrel. It was an offensive.
Oh yeah.
interpretation.
He was doing an accent. I thought you meant he was like in blackface.
No, but
No.
it's like the whole minstrel thing. Like it went from white people like pretending to be black to black people pretending to be like subservient.
Yeah, it's
Like-
a problem.
Well, like Amos and Andy type stuff.
And
Yes,
so, you know,
yes,
of course,
yes.
come the 1980s, they're like, what should we make a ride based on? How about this movie that when it came out was being boycotted? It was all.
It was
because-
already offensive 40 years
yes,
ago.
no, it was. They knew it was wrong, but like they were like, well, we have a bunch of animatronics. And there was funny animals in this movie because you know the like 20 minutes collective of this movie that aren't racist are the animated bits, and they're like, well, we can just take that out. Nobody will draw connections, right? People did, and so 2020 amidst cultural changings, they were like, oh, hey, yeah, maybe we shouldn't have a ride that it has ties to slavery in our park. So they announced that they were going to change it to Princess and the Frog, and it was this whole thing, people up in arms, and me personally,
So woke.
yeah, so woke.
Slaves to the corporate agenda.
Me personally, like I liked Splash Mountain. You know, it's a lot of nostalgia because I was a kid and I didn't know the the corporate backstories to these movies that were made before my time.
I'm gonna be unpopular. I'm excited for it to be rebranded. I thought the fucking animatronics are creepy as fuck.
Well, yeah, because they're like super old. I'm excited for the rebrand too. Have you seen any of the images and previews?
I've seen parts of it, yeah. And they were when I was there in 21, they'd already started doing like some of the landscape work, and even that alone, like they did a good job updating it.
Oh, well, we were in 23 and we actually got to ride it like a few weeks before it closed. So they might have been doing just like standard refurb because they usually every January they would, because it's a water ride, you know, it wears down.
That makes sense.
But yeah, I'm excited. I've always really liked Princess and the Frog. I know the movie itself also has its issues, but
yeah, I mean, my only connection to it is they make the beignets in that, and if you go to the Port Orleans Riverside, the resort, they sell beignets with nips like put into them.
With what?
like alcohol.
Sorry,
Oh.
for our non-Massachusetts viewers, a
Yeah,
nip
yep.
is a baby bottle of liquor
Wait,
that
okay.
you would get from the package. I mean, the
packy.
liquor
Dude, are you
store.
excited? Now they're gonna sell them in front of Tiana's ride.
Okay.
Oh, wait, really?
No, well, they're probably gonna sell
Probably,
beignets.
yeah.
They've already confirmed they're going to be pumping the smell of beignets into the line for the ride.
Can I
So they're
ask
probably
you?
gonna sell them at the exit.
Can I ask you a controversial question?
What a
Yes.
beignet
Uh-oh.
is?
Yes.
It's a donut.
It's
Just a
essentially-
donut?
It's
It's-
a New Orleans donut with
it's,
no hole.
It's like a fried chunk of dough,
Yeah.
but they're usually
And
like
they put,
squared off.
powdered
and-
sugar, maybe
yeah.
some honey.
Do you know
Okay,
how like a
no
jelly?
Jimmy's on there though.
No.
Whoa,
No Jimmy.
whoa,
No.
Oh, Jimmy's.
Jimmy's.
You talking about sprinkles, dude? Yeah.
No, dude.
Like donuts with sprinkles?
You might have recalled the conversation we had earlier tonight at dinner. Saying Jimmy's is in the same vein as saying
Wait, is it?
yes.
Is Jimmy's racist?
Oh my god.
Wait, Jimmy's is racist?
Yes.
What's the content? We can cut this bit out. What's the content?
Oh, no,
let's
this is
leave it in.
Stig.
Let's
No,
leave it in.
For all time.
Dude, we're not making money off of this.
I know, but I don't want to be associated.
Yeah, Josh
with
and I will know.
Exactly.
Wait, Jimmy's. I don't.
Let's just say it like this. So, say you go to an old timey, like ice cream shop, you know, a soda jerk, if you will.
Oh yes.
If you ask for Jimmy's, you are not getting rainbow sprinkles. You are getting the other flavor of sprinkles.
Oh.
I thought that was a Boston thing. I didn't think it was racist.
I thought it was like,
Oh,
No.
oh, it's a Boston thing. Of
I
course
thought
it's
it was
racist.
like
It's
soda
actually-
versus pop, you know?
Yeah.
No, it's actually a Maine and Boston thing. Yeah.
Oh, wait.
That's-
Now I get why it's called Jimmy's.
Oh, that's bad, dude. Yeah, we gotta just if it comes from Boston,
no.
like there is a 99% chance
Have you
it's racist.
have you been
Like,
confidently going to like the local ice cream stores, like walking up to the they them and being like, yeah, what Jimmy's? Jimmy.
No, because
No.
sprinkles
No,
suck.
but I remember being a kid because we have like
Sprinkles
family
are the
friends in
worst.
Boston. We would go and we would order ice cream with Jimmy's on it.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was.
Were they rainbow sprinkles?
Yeah, I don't.
Look, I will say, I feel
you saying
it's
you've been
so far
gypped?
removed that people probably just assume it's.
Hey, Eldo, you got a lot of editing to do.
Don't edit this.
This
This
is
is staying.
raw.
This is
Blind
staying.
Stories
This
can
is
do
raw,
anything but
raw
attach
and
this to-
uncut. That's the BS Crew motto.
Yeah,
Raw and uncut, just like Drake.
Kneel to a woke mob.
Anyways,
Sorry. Just keep continuing.
so all this to say, They're redoing Splash Mountain, and it's looking pretty good because they kind of have to put a lot of effort into it.
Yeah.
It was one of their most popular rides.
It's like
ever.
a keystone of that like area of the park too.
Yeah, you know, it's like the only thing going on in Frontierland aside from the Country Bears.
What about the?
Big Thunder Mountain.
Big Thunder Mountain.
I completely forgot because Disney has the mountain range. You got Space, Thunder, Splash. Now you just
Hold
got
on.
Space and
I'm
Thunder.
reeling us in for a second. So, you know, obviously everything in healthcare is about literature. So it's like studies being written and like you can kind of like you can clout goblin on people being like, well, you know what the literature says, blah blah, and then someone will be like, oh yeah, but Dr. So and so from this literature, blah blah blah. So I think it was like late 2000s, early 2010s, a urologist in Florida started getting reports from their patients where it's like, you know, I had all this pain from my kidney stones, and then I rode Big Thunder Mountain, and then boom, no more kidney stones. Spontaneously passed them.
Yeah.
And so they did all this research. They made a dummy of a human body with a bladder with fucking rocks in it and like made it ride the ride 1,000 times. Oh yeah.
Yeah, every time it passed the kidney stones.
Yeah, there's like a phenomena on some of the specific
I gotta book my ticket to Florida.
specific gravitations of the ride that if you are someone who suffers from kidney stones, you may spontaneously pass them relatively pain-free if you ride Big Thunder Mountain.
What do you think the rocks in the gift shop are like?
And that is from the literature. It's not even just an old wise man's tale.
No, it's actually
That's
proven.
incredible. So,
Yeah.
do you think it's just like the rotation that
Yeah,
it turns and shit?
The
and it goes-
specific. I want to ask the roller coaster engineer who designed the track. Like, was he going through something? Like,
Yeah.
he was like, I really hate having a kidney stone. I need to get this shit out.
Finally, affordable health care.
Yeah. Going to the doctor to get your kidney stone out, that's a couple grand. Going to Disney World, that's like $100 for a day, and you get to do a ton of other shit.
Yeah, dude, I can eat a whole figment worth of popcorn and then get my kidney stones
wait
removed.
5 hours for your popcorn bucket, but the ride is still shit.
All right, sorry, I usurped you.
No, it's okay. I was just gonna say, Tiana's excited.
Yeah,
you know,
for sure.
it's they look like they're actually putting effort into it, unlike other things.
What do you think of the test track reboot?
All right.
They're
This
getting
is
another
going to be the
reboot?
most lukewarm take of all time.
Oof.
I think the original test track with like the crash dummy theme, infinitely better.
Oh,
than
infinitely
anything else.
better, 1,000 times better.
Because like the whole point is that you're in a car going through tests that
Yeah.
a car would go through, and then the current one is just like, oh yeah, it's like neon sci-fi.
Bro, Chevrolet like spent like some sponsor money, and they're like, we're just gonna ruin this.
Yeah,
we're
gonna
gonna make this the
awful.
fucking dumbest
Dude,
ride ever.
Michael Eisner is the unsung hero that because it was all the like radical, cool, funny things in his era, like the being a crash dummy, like oh we're gonna ram you into a wall at 60 miles an hour, like that's awesome.
No, but then Chevrolet sponsors and like our cars can't crash. You cannot crash our cars. You can't even
Yeah.
infer that our cars crash.
Yeah, so all
Like,
their
oh wow, cool.
yeah, like all their tests are like we're gonna drive you around a corner while it's raining and hydroplane.
Wait. So this rebranding, is this like recent news?
Yeah, so
Yes.
Okay, because
last-
if that's the case, I feel like I've been on like every time I've gotten to Disney. I
Different
feel
test
like
track.
it's a different test track
Yeah.
every time.
The
Yes.
first couple times we went, it was the original, and then last time we went, it was like the sci-fi Tron looking one, and now they're redoing it. As Tyler's, would you like to take it from here?
It's supposed to be a combination of the test track and also the World of Motion, which test track initially replaced.
Which is kind of cool, throwing it back to history.
Yeah.
For those of you who, have lives, again, World of Motion was an opening day attraction at Epcot, which was essentially like an old style, like Disney ride where you just go through scenes, and it was like the history of transportation, but with funny gags. Like a bunch of guys trying to invent the wheel, and it's like squares and triangles. And
It was actually it was supplanted from the World's Fair of 65. The Walt Disney and Imagineering built this attraction for GM, and then GM after was like, yeah, whatever, you can just fucking take it, we don't really care. And so they moved it from New York into the swamps.
Wow.
Yeah.
I know, because I know they did that with a Small World, and I know part of the dinosaur stuff from the Ford made it to California.
The entire Carousel Progress is also the same thing.
Yeah, they shipped
They
that
just-
to California, and
Right
then
out of New
California-
York and then right into the swamp.
Well, yeah, because they sent the carousel out to California, and then California's like, we don't want this anymore, and they kicked it to little brother Florida who has the hand-me-downs, and Florida's like, okay, we'll keep it.
But yeah,
and everyone's too
rebrand-
afraid to get rid of it because it's Walt's baby. It was one of the
Yeah.
last things he did, and they're like, oh, well, shit, but it's it's just
Now the problem is it's a nice, like, cool, dark area, and so they keep having issues with people having sex in it.
Well,
Bruh.
that's implying that anyone goes in it. Every time I've gone, it's just a nice air conditioned, like 20 minutes. You can just.
We had fun. So in 21, you still had to mask up, and like you couldn't eat indoors. They were super strict about it, and this like I wouldn't want to profile him, right? But
Oh no.
He wore the hat, okay? I didn't have to do any profile.
It's okay
This
to
is a free
profile those
country, is my squatted pickup not parked in the burger lot? I paid for this.
sir, you can't have your ice cream in the show. You need to have your mask on. He starts trying to fucking munch through it. He's blasting through that fucking ice cream.
Yeah, as the
Sir,
dad's explaining.
Don't eat any faster. Just throw it out. Put your mask on. Fucking throws the ice cream all over the floor.
I'll die before I put a mask on.
Jesus.
Tries leaving.
Give
Mind
me
you,
freedom or give me.
That the whole show like moves, so you can't leave. Once
Yeah.
it's going, you can't leave. That's it. Sir, sit back down. Sit back down, sir. You just need to put.
In the background, you get the husband talking about like the invention of the fucking electric stove. And this guy,
And his wife's like, stop making a scene. People are gonna be filming. Meanwhile, us.
You're like, yeah, ooh, great, big, beautiful. Clapping along, trying to ignore it. I swear, every time I've been on the Carousel of Progress in the last, like in being an adult with cognitive memories, there's always some fucking asshat just being loud and obnoxious. I'm trying to enjoy the history of really mundane technology, and there's some guy just like when my wife and I when we were just boyfriend girlfriend. There was like we went in January, and there just happened to be like tons of family trips, lots of because it's the Magic Kingdom is like the most visited theme park in the world. It's like mostly tourists. And there was like a group of people matching T-shirts, just loudly like talking and being on their phones as we're in this dark theater. Oh, it was not fun.
It's horrendous. Sorry, I keep flight of ideasing us.
No, it's okay. Here, let me check
Stream
my
of
notes.
consciousness.
Talking about more things.
I do want to hear this though, since I am our resident lore master.
Yeah.
And I heard you say lukewarm take, and I want to hear maybe this is considered a hot take, but you said that the Star Wars additions to the park is a big no-no.
Yes. So yes, thank you.
It's a big little stinky addition.
That's one of my notes. So I'm your average fucking nerdy white guy. I appreciate Star Wars. I enjoyed it as a kid, and then Disney bought it. And I'm not one of those people who hates everything.
Disney ruined it.
I don't think Disney ruined it because it wasn't super great to begin with. But
Who's the woman they always blame?
Kathleen
Kathleen
Kennedy.
Kennedy.
Kathleen Kennedy ruined it.
Wait, is that the one that I keep seeing TikTok memes about eating scrap metal?
Are you thinking of Jackie Kennedy?
Oh, whoops.
A different Kennedy.
Keep it in the family, right?
Yeah, so Disney buys Star Wars, and at this point, there's the only Star Wars in the park is Star Tours, this one little ride, because George Lucas.
Oh, are you referring to the Vomitron?
Yeah, sorry. Well, let's get it out.
That one's gonna be a short.
So George Lucas was a fucking nerd like me and loved theme parks, and so he was like, "I'll give you a fucking rad, dude." And so, but then Disney bought it, and they're like, "We can milk this guy for so much." And so they They started Star Wars shows, and they replaced Space Mountain with Hyperspace Mountain. And in California, it's like a seasonal overlay. Because they have Season of the Force out there where everything is Star Wars. Tomorrowland.
It's probably right now because it's probably May the 4th.
Yeah, no, it's happening right now.
So
I work
cringy.
I do freelance graphic design for a Disney theme park news site.
Oh.
So I've been making fun.
Wait,
Disney
Food Blog?
No, they're shit. I work for
What?
Whoa!
Talk lawyer. That's the hottest thing I've heard all night.
I do a WDWNT. The worldwide leader in theme park.
Okay.
No, Disney Food Blog it's either them or some other group, but they just love their clickbait headlines. They're one where it's like Snow White canceled from the Disney parks, and everyone's like, "Oh my god, they got rid of Snow," and it's just a girl who played Snow White was fired because she broke.
Look, you need multiple hands to count my chins. The only reason I'm going to Disney World at this point is to have all those snacks, okay? And there's only one blog that reports on the food changes.
Actually, WDWNT does food reviews for all new food. Dude, I edit those videos. Watch them, please.
Okay.
Link in description.
I don't think Charlie. I'm gonna be honest, Jack. I don't think Charlie wants us to link them.
No, like the videos so I get more work. But don't link the videos. No. So, they can find their own. I don't want my employees. Why is your shitty podcast playing it?
So I heard you shit your.
No.
We want no paper trails.
We're going
No
back
paper
to
trails
Josh's
here.
asked about Star Wars.
Yeah.
Right. So much like in all facets of their company, Disney's become too reliant on Star Wars, right? So Harry Potter World at Universal is this big thing. So like we got to do Star Wars Land, immersive environment.
Galactic Edge or something.
Yeah, Galaxy's Edge.
Galaxy's Edge.
But you see, they said they put it.
Yeah,
in
it's full of edgers.
Yeah. Where my edge heads
Yeah,
at?
where my edge heads at. So the land, it's pretty cool. It's immersive, but they put it in the sequel timeline. I think when most people think of Star Wars, they think of Luke Skywalker, Darth Vader.
Well, it's sad too because Star Tours was not for the longest time. There was a couple different rides you can go get, but it was all based off the originals.
And the sequels, or the prequels.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
was randomized.
Right.
You could be seeing Darth Vader and also on Anakin Skywalker shows, some shit like that.
But now it's just the sequels.
Well, yeah, because they're using it to market their new you can see Ahsoka on Star Tours now. Woo, Baby Yoda, he's there. But because they set their themed area in the sequel thing, you can't meet Luke. You can meet Chewbacca because he's alive.
I've seen. See, I'm not a TikToker.
Oh, really?
I get all the residual TikTok leakage onto Instagram because they basically post the same videos.
You get the shit that sinks to the
I get
bottom
the
of the
little
sewage
seepage.
tank.
That's what the residual leakage that seeps into Instagram. And I've seen clips of Anakin's there.
Oh, he is?
Yeah.
Oh.
There's a guy that tells the Disney cast members shitty dad jokes to see their reaction.
I'm pretty sure I remembered they started breaking the timeline thing. They gave up because Mando started showing up and he would be dead
Mando's there. Robert Fett's there.
But yeah, they've just been relying on Star Wars a lot, and it's everything is Star Wars. All their new investments are and Marvel too. And I'm just so fucking sick of those two. I want original things or high quality things, but it's just here's another fucking Star Wars.
But what if
ride.
I love consuming IP?
Yeah, they're making the park for the people who they think that will only do things if it's a brand they recognize. Meanwhile, they sell tons of merchandise for their original things like Haunted Mansion and Pirates and Figment, and they're like, man, I just
Bro, Figment. Figment sells billions of dollars of merch. Does even a penny of it, a penny, land at the feet of the Figment attraction? Of course not.
Of course not. Wait, I only know Figment from the attraction.
Yeah, so Figment in the 1980s they made a new ride. It was supposed to open with Epcot, but it got delayed a little bit. Journey into Imagination, it's a charming little ride where this man called the Dream Finder on his little magic balloon bicycle thing. His little dream mobile is going to teach you about how imagination works, and he creates Figment at the start of the ride. And then you go through all these cute little scenes of there's one about arts, one about literature and horror and science, and it's all this practical effects, very state of the art. And it was sponsored by Kodak. And at some point, Kodak was like, we're pulling out. And so Disney's like, well, shit, this ride was really expensive to maintain. And they had to redo it. And so they really cheaped out. And it's this shitty Eric Idle ride. No offense to Eric Idle. But
He's the only good part of the ride.
He is. But see, they redid it at first, and Figment wasn't in it. It was just Eric Idle telling everyone, your imagination sucks. You guys are lame. No balls, no drip, no bitches. And,
no dick, no balls.
And the
definitely
new ride,
no butthole.
The new ride is him teaching you how to have an imagination because you guys suck. And then people this is ass. So less than a year later, it closes down, and they redo it a third time, and now it's Eric Idle with Figment. And instead of being a charming little baby boy like in the original ride, Figment is
this menace.
He's a menace.
Yeah.
He's annoying. he rips ass in your face.
What?
Now
Does
instead
it
of
pump rap into you?
Yeah.
They-
You
they
can
do-
smell
40
Figment's
experience,
rap.
Yeah,
Yeah, Jared, you remember that, right?
They do,
Yeah,
like,
it's great.
like they do like sight, sound, taste, whatever, and in the smell lab,
Taste and smell the.
well, I don't. They don't do. Well, you can taste it.
you skip taste,
No,
remember?
that's right. You
Yeah, you
skip
skip
taste
taste.
because Figment hijacks your ride vehicle and
But
takes
wait. But there's lore to that, right? So the original Figment ride was much longer. Like the building that it's actually built in is much larger. And so you turn around a corner, and if you went forward, it would have been like the longer path that the original ride
Yeah, like
took.
the
But
other half
we're
of
not
it.
spending money on this.
Yeah,
so
they
you
cut-
can see where they literally cut the fucking ride.
in
and you
half.
take a right
And-
instead of going
and-
straight.
And then like the new like exit area or the gift shop is like the other bit of the ride where it used to be, so you can see like the pathing is the old track. It's oh god. So yeah, it's this really shitty ride, and people like universally people think the original is better. I never got to experience the original
before
because I
my
wasn't
time.
born, but
I also never got to enjoy Horizons. Oh.
yeah. Oh, I wish I could have experienced Horizons, dude.
I want to go back to the tasting for a sec. Like, it kind of, like, I don't know why, like, they had to skip out on it besides money stuff, but if you really want the true, like, taste experiment, when you go to the smell area, just have your mouth open.
And you know what I learned? The fart smell is actually just coffee.
Really?
Yes, but because they have Figment show up in a skunk costume,
Yeah.
you're expecting a bad smell. But if you go in and you're like, coffee, it'll just smell like coffee.
So the other
So
thing
is
that's
that like a psyop to get people to love
Yeah.
the smell of brap?
the other thing that's funny about the Figment ride?
yeah, the Imagineer had a fart fetish. I really want kids.
to love the smell of fart, dude.
So Figment in like the early 2000s was co-opted by like Autism Speaks.
Was
He was like a mascot of sorts. And so
Oh, no.
if you have a child with autism, right, and you're like, oh, we're gonna go to Disney, oh, we have to go do the Figment ride.
Just
the
like
the Figment ride is pretty much
am I right?
the worst possible fucking ride that you could take someone on who has like sensory issues.
Yeah, because
you
it's
get
like
these
flashing
massive
lights.
loud noises. You get blasted in the face
Yeah.
with air.
The
There's-
finale of the ride is Figment
Imagine it's just a
explode.
black.
Yeah. It's strobe lights like flashing and they're blasting smoke in your face.
It's like they like explosively decompress like an air compressor. So it's like
Actual
And
sound.
then it's just every color you can imagine in same
Yeah.
like
and you're still recovering from getting fucking shat on.
and then what in the sound one they just blast
Train
Train
down.
3 in your ear.
And people are like, oh, he's so cute. I'm gonna take like my 3-year-old. So then you like the first area, it's allowed with the train, and all you're screaming, and that's the whole ride. It's just screaming and Disney
Yeah.
adults.
Yeah, and but you know
Brass.
because the original ride has such prestige,
Yeah.
they act like they make so much fucking Figment merchandise and they make so much money, and people are like, so you're gonna like fix the ride, right? It's shit. But rumor has it, I mean, they say
Oh, I've
this,
heard
like-
this one before.
But with how much money Figment has been generating in recent years, I believe they this is fact. They filed a permit for doing extensive work on that building that would last about, I think they said like 19 months.
Okay.
And unless they're like really redoing the bathroom,
Yeah, they're ripping up the carpet in the DC
which
lounge.
apparently those bathrooms are like the primo bathroom at Epcot because nobody uses them, so they're
Oh, yeah.
pristine. It's quiet, air conditioned. They're playing nice piano music.
I've definitely
in there.
received a Blumpkin or two back there.
I'm sorry. I thought you went with your
Wait a minute,
family.
sorry, wait a minute. No, that's not.
Well, where was I even going? We were talking about Figment, Star
And
Wars.
then the Blumpkin. And then
Yeah.
So all right, so my take on Star Wars, right? So I'm a Disney purist, right? When they
Yes.
originally opened Hollywood Studios, it was called MGM's Hollywood Studios. It was like a partnership with MGM, which at the time was not owned by Time Warner
or Amazon.
or Amazon. And so the original theming was like this old school like Hollywood Boulevard, and like all the rides were meant to be like sets. Back in the 80s and 90s, they actually filmed Disney TV shows at
And
MGM.
movies, some movies
And
too.
movies, yeah. And so like that's like the basis of it. And now they're just like, it's a dumping ground. We can put whatever the fuck we want here.
Yeah, because I also want to quickly. They made the entirety of the Lion King in that park because there used to be an animation.
Really?
strip. Lion King.
Wow.
I think Mulan and Lilo and Stitch were entirely done in the Florida animation studio.
And so, like, one of the things they got rid of in order to make space for Star Wars is there used to be this like attraction there where you would watch them film like these action scenes in real time.
The stunt show.
Yeah, it was like lights, camera, action or something like that. They would blow up a car. There was like a boat chase. There was like a drive-by shooting.
Herbie the Love Bug was there.
It was really cool.
It was really cool, and they're like, no,
wait,
we're
when did
getting
that
rid
get
of
taken down?
When they were making the Star Wars,
yeah.
And they also used the backlot
Lot tour was also
because there used to be the original idea was the main thing was a studio tram tour where you would go through sets and see like
kind of like Universal.
Yeah, kind of like Universal.
But before Universal, to be clear.
Yeah, because Michael Eisner used to work for Universal.
He was the cool guy.
He was wise to the plan, so he left Universal and was like, "Hey, you know what? They're gonna build down there. We should build." And they built theirs first. And it's very widely known that Michael Eisner ripped off the idea, but
a lot of those like classic attractions were deleted for Star Wars, and then one of the other things that's like left over is the Muppets area.
Oh God, I feel so bad for the Muppets. So for one thing,
are they surrounded by Star Wars?
Yes.
Yes.
So the Muppets were supposed to get this huge Muppet Land with like 2 attractions and a restaurant, and then
you mean that Olive Garden?
Yeah.
Yes.
And then
Jim Henson died.
Yeah, the funny postman died.
Yeah, no, because Jim Henson was like, I want to, he was thinking about legacy, even though he wasn't that old. But he's like, I want to make sure my ideas and creations live on long past my times. And he was like, I really fucking love Disney. I'm going to go sell my stuff to them. And so they were making a deal, and Jim was all in. His kids weren't, but Jim was all in. And so they were going to do Muppet Vision, which was a 3D show where
which is the only thing they did.
The only thing they did. They were going to do
plus the Olive Garden,
the Great Muppet Movie Ride, which was a parody of a ride that was in the park.
That's also been deleted.
That the Great Movie Ride is gone, but they were going to do a parody of that where it was the Muppets were going to teach you how movies were made, but all the information was wrong. And then there was going to be a restaurant where animatronic rats would deliver your food to you on little roller skates. Like they have beams.
Yeah, now it's Girls, Gays, and Days delivering your microwave,
kind of
Italian food.
Kind of an upgrade. But at Mama Melrose's, the beams above you that are there, because they started building the restaurant before the project got downscaled, because again, Jim died. And those beams were supposed to be the animatronic rats would come out in their little like push carts and lower your food down. And there was going to be like a Swedish chef animatronic, like you could see him in a kitchen window, and they'd like blast feathers out and explosions. And
we went there. So when we went in 17 and in 21, Mom and Gabby like did tons of research in advance, like to try all these restaurants we'd never been to before. Mm-hmm. And one of us picked Mama Melrose. Like, oh, we gotta try it. It's gotta be so. It was terrible.
Yeah, Mama Melrose
fucking
is
horrible.
Mama Melrose's activated my wife's IBS. So she had 0 stomach issues before. She had 0 stomach issues before.
Then she had cafeteria meatballs, and it was over.
She ate the pasta
our
sauce
latent
and
IBS
was
powers.
so ill. She like thought she was gonna have to be hospitalized, and now she can't have tomato sauce anymore.
Wow!
Yeah,
That's what you get when you come for the king, bitch.
Get out of here, Mickey. Fuck you.
Get out of Mickey. So Muppets were supposed to get this big area, right? It got downscaled to just a gift shop, a shitty Italian. Well, there's 2 Italian places because Pizza Rizzo.
Oh, that's right, Pizza Rizzo.
It's rat pizza, dude. The sign outside is like Pizza Rizzo. It's like top rated pizza, but the lights on the neon sign flicker out, so it just says it's rat pizza. It's really like the Muppets era is this really goofy, silly idea, which they've really sanded down because God forbid you can see a little bit of the Kermit mural from Star Wars. They got to paint over it. Yeah, this hand painted mural of Kermit and Piggy got just painted over with. All right. Anyways, I'm getting sidetracked. So Muppets is currently awkwardly positioned between the original Star Wars ride, which is still themed to like a studio building where like the AT-AT is only half finished. So if you walk around, you can see the rigging. There's like set lights, and then the actual like in canon Star Wars thing, and things aren't looking good for the Muppets.
That's the problem. It's like half-assed now because like they delete a lot of the things that made this like, oh, it's like a Hollywood like studio set or whatever, but like some of it stayed. So there's like a themed restaurant, like a quick service, where it's like
it's like the storage thing.
Yeah, it's a storage for all the props, and then there's like an NBC area where they advertise all of the ABC,
and it's like themed to like a commissary for like a studio.
but it's like all the things that like would make them make sense gone. Oh, Toy Story is at.
Yeah, they showed
That's
Toy
Hollywood
Story back
Studios,
there.
too.
I don't think that replaced anything. I think they just
No,
had
that
the
was a
land.
new area, but it still also makes no sense because it's like all the buildings where they did the studio work at Hollywood Studios is still there. So like you basically walk down this long corridor of like offices on either side, and then boom, you're like in Toy Story Land.
Andy's
Yeah.
backyard.
Andy's
And, like,
backyard.
I can get how you could justify it, like, oh, because the park is about movies and we have lands based on movies.
But
like,
only now, like beforehand, that's not what it was. Like I don't know, they soiled it.
Call me a nostalgic riddled boomer, but I kind of like when each park had their own identity.
Yeah.
And now they're all just, well, we put an IP here.
We spent a lot of money owning these different companies, and
Yeah.
we're gonna make sure you know.
Yeah,
it.
like how Epcot used to be, half of it's teaching you about like future technology and the other half's about the world.
now
And
it's
the
crashing things in Marvel.
Yes, now the front half is Guardians of the Galaxy and the back half is Ratatouille, which we will get to.
Man, you really are a nostalgic critic, huh?
Yeah, I am a very nostalgic critic.
Look, I can't buy any more $16 gourmet Pop-Tarts from Disney, okay? I have to draw the line somewhere.
Yeah.
So when's like the Family Guy land?
That honestly, that would be kind of rad, but they don't have the balls.
They have to do a whole what's that guy's name?
Bob's Burgers?
No.
Seth MacFarlane.
Seth MacFarlane. They need a Seth
Seth
MacFarlane
Land.
land.
Oh,
All the
true.
fucking
American
American
Dad,
Dad.
Cleveland Show.
I need to go to the
So
clam,
you
man.
can see Peter Griffin call you a slur at a theme park.
Yeah, but dude, bird is
they-
the word.
they would-
It's funny.
Like, you know how they do like the live shows would be like Peter fighting the chicken?
Yeah.
That could be a stage show.
Yeah. Stage show,
So
exactly.
You guys mascot costume.
Yes.
See,
Yeah,
that
just
would
like
be
install-
awesome. They have the downtown Disney area that's like more for like adults and stuff. Rebuild the Drunken Clam there.
what downtown Disney?
Or sorry, Disney Springs.
Oh, right.
They
Yeah, yeah,
gentrified
yeah.
downtown Disney. Man.
They moved the Lego store a little to the left, and then boom, Armani, Louis Vuitton.
Yeah,
What?
shit that I can't. I'm already paying like $1
So,
million fucking dollars.
Where
there.
the buses drop you off, it's
Yep.
meant to be like a Dubai like shopping mall. So it's literally all like luxury stores, like
Yeah,
crazy.
It used to be shit like, oh, here's Goofy's Candy
Yep.
Company.
What?
Here's Lego.
You're
here's-
already spending like $3,000 to go there.
Yeah, so this was back in like I want to say like
2016?
2008. Well, actually, so
early 2010s, I think, is when I got
Yeah.
gentrified.
yeah. So this was back when it was still downtown Disney.
right.
But
They had
even back
Soul.
then, me and Aiden, they had like this, like bougie, like create your own RC car place. Did you guys ever do that?
No,
No.
I'm a triplet, so my parents were already kind of stretching their wallets as we were bringing us. Yeah, there was a lot of cool stuff. You know what I really wish I could have experienced? Pleasure Island, the adults only
Yeah.
nightclub area. They had a place called the Adventurers Club, which was a.
This is not like my guy.
No, this was an actual Disney attraction.
This was an actual thing.
Yeah.
So Pleasure Island was named after the Pinocchio thing, and it was like a night. It was the idea was that it was an island that was always New Year's Eve every night on that island, and they would do like New Year's.
and it was all
countdown
like
every night.
clubs and stuff like that.
It was all clubs, like
Okay.
nightclubs for dancing. They had the Adventurers Club, which I think South Park actually parodied because Matt and Trey really liked the Adventurers Club. It was a place where each room it was like old like adventure movie kind of. What do you call that?
Well,
like
they-
Explorer.
Yeah. They recycled a lot of that stuff into some of the places that are at Disney Springs now.
Yeah.
Like there's like indies, like
Yeah, like it's the guy who flew the
Yeah.
plane Indiana Jones
yeah.
one
He
as
has a bar/grill. Like
What?
it's like crazy. So like Disney Springs is actually like low key cool if you're ignoring like all the luxury brands because they have a lot of like themed restaurants where like the food's actually good because like Disney's fucking cracked down.
They got the dinosaur rainforest cafe
Oh.
with
Yeah.
the volcano that goes off.
Oh, sick.
Are you have you subscribed to the Gideon's hype?
I know it's supposedly like really good cookies or whatever, but I don't have the money or the time.
I'm gonna
to
be
wait.
honest. So it was like on Mom and Gabby's bucket list, and I was like, I am not sitting outside in the fucking 90-degree weather for a goddamn cookie.
Yeah, when we went, there was a line too, and I was like, no, can't.
I now would be like, I would wait 6 hours for a goddamn cookie. It was literally like the best baked goods I've ever had in my entire life.
Damn.
wow.
Would you pay the $60 for the Orlando scalper to deliver it to you?
So that's the thing. So Gideon's has 2 locations. They have their original location, which is in downtown Orlando, and then there's the one at Disney Springs. But if I go to the one in downtown Orlando, I have to see Florida people. So even though it's like 50% cheaper and there's no line and there's no risk of anything running out, I would have to see Florida people.
That's fair.
That's a tough trade.
I'm up on most of my vaccines, but I'm sure there's some like
There'd be
novel
some-
viruses. So,
Something strong enough.
I
the
think I'll
gator
just
virus.
wait.
Yeah.
Or they do have a service now where you can pay someone to go to the downtown location and then bring
Exactly.
you.
Because God forbid you wait for a cookie. All right, let's see. I got some more.
You want to know what, like, with all this, like, Disney, like, loving, like, the IPs and pulling them into the parks and stuff, want to know who loves the IPs even more?
Today's sponsor?
No, Universal.
Oh, Universal. I see you were looking at my notes.
Yeah, I
'Cause I was
was.
going to talk about
You got a problem with
Universe.
Epic Universe.
Epic Universe, the theme park that Disney has apparently known about for 10 years and decided to do nothing about. Bob Iger's like, yeah, we knew it was happening. We're not threatened. They're pretty threatened.
No, I mean, it's not like there's a train that you can take from the airport directly to Universal Studios.
Yeah, they're building a train stop, and I think Disney, like, because they were supposed to get a train stop, and they're like, we don't want it, and as soon as Universal wanted it, they're like, okay.
Oh,
we
it's so much worse than that. So, like, Universal bent over backwards, like, readjusted all their plans. Like, this is where you can put the station.
Spreadsheets.
We will give you money. No big deal. Disney's like, we're Disney. We don't need a train station. And now, what's the first stop after the fucking airport? Not Disney.
Yes, and because Disney, they at least used to have the shuttle service that would pick you up at the airport and take you to Disney.
What? You don't have Uber?
But they cut that out.
You don't have
'cause,
Uber?
Bob Chapek.
You guys don't have phones?
We can't make money off of this.
Listen. They need to focus the money on Genie Plus.
Yeah, exactly. Bob Chapek loves taking away things that are free and replacing them with paid services.
That or worse.
But yeah, Epic Universe. It's gonna have like Mario and Donkey Kong lands, another Harry Potter land, How to Train Your Dragon, some other shit I probably don't care about. Oh, Universal monsters like Frankenstein, like all the classic monster movies. It's
classic Universal monsters. Come.
yeah.
What?
You don't know the classic Universal? Oh wait, I thought you were like saying there was a monster name. No, yeah, the previous classic Universal monster. Well, that reminds me. Want to know what the best Disney attraction acronym is? So there's the Monsters Inc. Laugh Floor.
What?
Oh.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I don't know how that.
You ever been there and been that guy?
I've never been that guy.
Oh.
I've never gotten my joke ready either. You can while you're waiting in line, you can text a joke because it's a live comedian show where it's like a 3D puppet and it's live people doing jokes.
Yep.
And you can send them your joke.
Mine are too funny. They've never been read out loud.
That's why. Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah,
yep.
sure.
My
Sure,
dad
buddy.
was that guy once.
Really?
Really?
You have the pin?
Yeah. It's somewhere.
Holy shit.
Kind of equal prestige. Emily's a galactic hero on Buzz Lightyear. She got the 9999999 score.
Oh God, I can't believe you're married to shit bucket.
Well, one other thing.
Married a galactic hero.
When we went, I'm like trying my best. I'm like doing
Yeah,
the
we
tricks.
stand for
and
the
she's,
flag
like,
over
hitting
here.
things.
Exactly.
And we're getting on the ride. I'm like, Jesus Christ, how did you do that? And she was like, I don't know.
You get to the end.
Too humble.
As most galactic heroes are.
It's so humble.
Yeah, but she saved the galaxy.
Look, all I'm saying is respect your troops, man. Because she is a galactic
Look,
hero.
my wife.
ACAB
my wife
does
saved
not
the galaxy.
include
Exactly.
Galaxy Troopers.
When Emily walks in the room, we stand up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Epic Universe. I don't want to get too into it, but basically, Disney has no answer. They have not started any sort of... Because
What do you mean? They definitely have an answer. They're gonna raise their prices. They're gonna get rid of free amenities. Like there's easy solutions to this.
And they'll just do it for all...
Disney created this problem because this all started because J.K. Rowling came to Disney and was like, I want a Harry Potter theme park place. And they're
they dodged that turf. It's fine.
well, no, so
That's
she,
true.
So
That is true.
she'll say that like, oh, like they didn't want to give me anything, but they went through several iterations. They're like, okay, we can do like a little Harry Potter area with a few rides, and she was like, no, I want more. And they kept revising it, and eventually they got sick of it and like, oh, this fucking bitch. So they're like, you get a teacups ride. That's it. And she's like, I don't know. And then she goes to Universal and is like, Disney says they're gonna give me this. Can you like with their original concept? And Universal was like, oh, please, because they're like the shitty, like, oh, maybe if you're lucky, you can,
Yeah,
we'll
the
go to
Six
Universal.
Flags of Orlando, if you will.
Yeah, and they're like begging. They're like, please, Mommy Rowling, give this to us.
Can you not say that ever again?
Yeah, the
please?
only thing good at Universal is the Margaritaville.
I know we don't like the surf and turf around here, but
Surf and turf.
No,
anyways,
specifically calling her a mommy. Can you not do that?
it was a joke. Dude.
I know.
Cut this
But
bit out. A little wet blanket. All
Wet
right,
blanket.
so
You imply I'm gonna listen to almost 2 hours of this before just publishing this shit on YouTube.
I don't know. I
so-
think you're gonna want to have to,
so-
go back and change some of your racial.
All right, let's
Dude.
So Universal builds the Harry Potter land, and it changes the game. Like, it's a fully immersive theme park land. Before, it was like, you went to places, there was like areas, nothing themed to a movie, but it was like, you go to Fantasyland, there's Peter Pan, there's Snow White. You go to Tomorrowland, there's Buzz Lightyear, there's Monsters Inc. But now this is a land fully dedicated to making you feel like you're in a movie. You're in Diagon Alley, you're in Hogwarts or whatever. And so Disney like shits their pants because they're like, oh fuck, now we have a competitor. People are skipping out on going to Disney to go to Universal, and so they sit on their asses for a couple of years, and they eventually build Pandora World of Avatar after Harry Potter.
You must be referring to Panduki.
Panduki, which Tyler has a story that we'll get into. But so Disney takes like a decade to answer Harry Potter Land, and then in that time Universal's like, yeah, by the way, we're opening a third theme park, and every single area is themed to a popular franchise. And Disney they have announced nothing, and they have not broken ground in anything. So by the time,
That's not true. They've announced that they're thinking about possibly in the future maybe making Villain Land.
oh yes, they're blue sky ideas.
Everybody knows that the only place goth baddies want to go to is the 95 degree, 130% humidity swamp of Orlando.
Yeah. So they haven't broken ground, and so by the time, if they were to start today with their answer to Epic Universe would be celebrating like its 6th anniversary by the time they finished.
I mean,
So they fucked themselves.
I mean, to be fair, Disney has been shoving their IPs in the park for how long now?
Well, yes.
It just feels like Universal's doing like all at once.
Yeah, but Disney never did like a themed land. Like they did Pandora, and then Galaxy's Edge, and then Toy Story or whatever.
Pandora, more like Pandora.
Yeah, because
What
all
does that
5
mean?
fans of Avatar 1
Yeah,
were
glory to
freaking
the
out.
light of AWA, am I right, folks?
What?
Yeah,
Oh,
you're
you're one of
saying.
those 5 people.
Josh has actually fucking seen Avatar, so
I've seen Avatar.
yeah, that's AWA's like the light spirit of the planet.
No matter how many people say like, "Oh, Avatar has no fans," we all fucking saw it.
All 6.5
Everyone says
hours
that shit,
of
but guess
it.
what?
We did.
I know Avatar. Okay, I know the lore.
I have watched it twice, and I fell asleep both times. I don't sleep during movies
Whoa.
otherwise.
That's
I
on you,
haven't
bro.
seen the drowned
That's
one yet. The new one.
oh yeah,
Oh, wait,
the
water-
aquarium
water
one?
world.
I haven't
Yeah, I
seen
mean,
it.
the movie was confusing because it constantly switches from like, man, killing people sucks. I feel so bad about it. To be like, yeah, dude, war is fucking awesome. Like, and that's the James Cameron movie.
killing people.
I fucking love killing the humans.
Listen, it's just like a 2.5 killing humans. It's a 2-hour tech demo of their water.
Exactly.
Their water
Oh, you mean like
movie
how the
is
original
gorgeous.
Avatar was a 3-hour tech demo of the full
Yes.
engine, Unreal Engine?
Yes,
Oh god, how long are we going on at this point?
almost 2 hours.
I think
Alright,
we're reaching our main attraction.
Before we get to the double feature
Our clickbait.
of stories, there's one more topic I want to talk about. It's near and dear to my heart.
Smear and dear.
My favorite attraction of all time, hands down, Country Bear Jamboree.
Amen, bro.
Yeah, we can just cut this part out.
Tyler Zader.
We don't do
Tyler Zader,
sentimentality here.
But Country Bear Jamboree is peak. It's weird.
The only
it's
cool
silly.
thing is the shooting range next to it, where you can shoot 22s in the park.
Well, apparently, rumor has it, Tyler, they're actually going to get rid of the shooting range.
I know the only good part of
And
Frontierland.
they're going to replace it with a Disney Vacation Club member lounge where they'll give out bottles of water
on,
and bags
dude.
of
Oh,
snacks.
so you got to shoot the upper class.
I thought this was America. Isn't this America?
Yeah, they're taking away because the shooting range, they actually made it free a couple of years ago. You used to have to pay 50 cents to do it.
Do you know how hard it was to find a company that would let me rent an electric scooter that was the right height for the shooting range? Like, come on! And now you're telling me it's gonna turn into a lounge for the Richie Rich?
Maybe I did it as a kid, but I have no memory of doing the shooting range, and I kind of regret it if they're gonna replace it.
I've never done it. I'm gonna be honest.
With the 1%er.
The only reason you would be over there is if you were cutting through Frontierland because.
Well, see, I never did it, but I do think losing it is kind of sad because it was a free thing that gave you something
Freedom?
to do.
Yeah.
And
We don't do
now
that here.
All right, Country Bear Jamboree, its peak. I guess there's some haters here, so I won't get too into it.
You know what?
But they're redoing it. They're not getting rid of it. They're
Well,
just
yes.
redoing it, yeah.
So that's the fun thing. So for years, they were like, we got to get rid of this. This sucks. It's not an IP. And so they were going to replace it with Toy Story for whatever reason. Because Woody's Roundup, everybody's favorite. And so they were going to make it a marionette show.
Boo.
And so the people I work for, actually, WDW&T, they had an inside source that broke the story to them. And so they're like,
fucking mouse leaker.
yeah. So they broke the story, like, we've heard rumors that they're going to do this. And it caused such an outroar that Disney publicly responded. And they're like, yeah, some sources have been saying this. It's not happening.
We would never.
And then concept art for it in a Moana rethemed a tiki room. Some artist put it on their portfolio site, so it was confirmed. But so instead of replacing the bears, they're just retheming it to give them new electric animatronics, state of the art, and they're instead of singing old country songs,
They're going to be teaching you about why you shouldn't zin.
well, they're close. They're singing Disney IP songs.
Oh.
So if you ever wanted to hear a bear sing "Let It Go," which I really hope they don't do. They're doing country covers of it at least.
They absolutely are.
I
they're
hope
doing
that it's
it.
sponsored by Marlboro, and it's actually like teaching kids the value of smoking versus using Zins.
Actually, have you seen that guy on TikTok that matches the different flavors of Zin to like different like
What the fuck is a
coffees
Zin?
in soda?
Oh yes,
Is this another
that
questionable
dude is
thing?
one of the. He's part of the trifecta of the brain rot multiverse.
Yeah, I can see
Is
that.
in, like,
It's
vaping?
him, Clax, and that dude who makes the videos about like
Braden.
Zoomers being in the nursing home in the 2050s.
Oh yes, yeah.
Yeah. Those three, they're the trifecta of the brain rot multiverse.
Zin is basically like it's not a gummy. I don't know.
No, it's like dip, but instead
Yeah.
of there being tobacco inside, there is other cancer-causing chemicals that are coated in nicotine.
Oh, right.
but it's flavored.
Yeah,
Wow.
I could see the Bears supporting that. They're
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
They're country fellas.
Look,
they're country fellas.
I'm
good old boys.
honestly personally excited for the reboot because honestly, those bears needed some love, man.
Look, I'm glad they're keeping them because it was either that or another IP, and it's nice to have something that's like original.
Why
to the
couldn't they do
parks.
Brother Bear?
Well, they'll probably sing a Brother Bear song. They got it
Oh.
right. They're singing Bear. The only song that was confirmed was Bear
Oh, wait,
Necessity.
Jared,
makes sense.
you are familiar with the artist that did the music for Brother Bear, correct?
Yeah, Jared knows Phil Collins personally.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's in the other room right now.
Jared,
so you
Jared
see-
actually-
I don't know. I'm
Ninth
having Phil
guest
Collins
tonight.
impression, guys. So
No, Jared met Phil Collins at a convention a couple years ago.
yeah. No. Real chill dude. You know.
That's wild,
Yeah,
dude.
told him I fucking love Genesis. Yeah.
Dude, the way that you did that gated reverb with the drums, like, wow, that was just...
Shit changed my life, dude.
I loved your work on Tarzan and the Bear movie.
Brother Bear is underrated.
The soundtrack's underrated.
I did quite enjoy Brother Bear.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
pretty good.
That
And
was
now-
one
and
of
now-
my earliest movie
I was
memories.
gonna say, it's one of the last videos I watched on VHS.
Back
You know,
when.
and now the bears are getting refurbished, so they'll be back in the spotlight. It'll be awesome.
The reason we have FNAF is because of those bears.
Yeah, I was gonna say the bears hold a special place in my heart because without them we wouldn't have Jumbo Josh.
Yeah, no, there's a
Jumbo
direct
Josh.
correlation
don't know
between
Garden of
Walt
Ban Ban,
Disney
bro?
being asked to make an Olympic village and fucking Garden of Ban Ban. It is a through line that exists.
Yeah.
I'm not even joking because
Yeah, it's true.
It's the domino meme,
Quick,
bro.
quick lore rundown. The Olympics asks Walt Disney to design the Olympic Village, and it's in like some mountains in California. And Walt Disney's like, I really like these mountains. I want to make a ski resort. So he starts making plans for a ski resort, and he's like, you know what this ski resort needs?
Bears.
An animatronic bear show. And so he asks his favorite little buddy Mark Davis, my personal art, he's my inspiration, like. He's like, can you make like a funny bear show? And so he's found some ideas. It was like bear mariachi, like bear
Mariachi.
jazz, yes.
Yes.
And then they settle on country bears. And then Walt Disney dies. and so they're like, I guess we're not going to build a ski resort anymore. And so Mark's like, can we have my bears in this Florida project, please? And Walt's brother Rory's like, I guess, because he wasn't big on it. And so they, I'll let you speak in a moment. I'll be really quick. The Country Bear Jamboree opens. It's the biggest thing ever. Like, people fucking love these bears. You wouldn't believe it.
Yeah, back in the 70s.
Back in the 70s, people were fucking, like, clamoring over these bears. There was lines, like, the longest line, like, people fucking loved it. And so eventually, there's this guy, I forget his name, but he made a little thing called the Atari or something. Nolan Bush,
yes,
whatever.
Yes, Bush.
Yeah,
now.
he is a proto Disney adult. He fucking loves Disney. He loves the Country Bears.
Wait a minute. You are not about to say what I think you're about to say.
Yes, you know what I'm about to say. So he's like the video game Crash. I got a lot of games that I need to sell to people. I also love Disney and I love animatronics. I'm going to make a restaurant where you can play video games, eat pizza, and see animatronics. And that's how Chuck E. Cheese is made. And
There was Showbiz Pizza.
Josh,
well,
like
no,
I said, man,
Showbiz
we're here
Pizza
to
was
learn tonight.
made because
Yes.
of Chuck E. Cheese.
Yes.
Oh, really?
And Showbiz Pizza
I thought
had
it was the other way
bears.
around.
Ready for this? And now Chuck E. Cheese goes on to inspire Five Nights at Freddy's, which starts a indie kitty baby mascot horror boom. For dude diaper, first babies,
Fucking
first horror.
dookie,
And now we
diaper
have Garden
babies.
of Bam Bam and Jumbo Josh, all because the Olympics asked Walt Disney to make a ski resort village, whatever. Fucking, I don't
The
know.
little
What do you
domino.
think- Like we live. The bunker is in Western Massachusetts, so most of us, I'm sure, have been to Yankee Candle. I'm sure
Yes.
Jared, in particular, really likes the Candle store.
My favorite.
The Yankee Candle Village in Deerfield has a bootleg bear jamboree.
No, they do not.
Yes,
No.
they do.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah,
they do.
there's animatronic bears that sing like really raunchy country songs.
I'm kind of surprised that you don't know about
I was
this,
gonna say.
actually.
Yeah, dude, we can make a trip out there.
I want to go see these Country Bears.
Oh my god, we can hold hands and do the little wax hands.
Nicole's dad works there.
Oh my god, we gotta go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Group trip. This will be the next video. Boys, go see the bear ripoffs.
Yeah, it'll
You
be
know
our
what?
first
You know what?
IRL video.
You know what?
because we've never posted
Yeah.
an IRL video
BS
on
vlogs.
this channel.
Now that you can see.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
public consumption.
When the new Country Bears
That shit
open
is
up,
buried,
I'm gonna take her all
vaulted.
down, and we're gonna enjoy
It's
the
actually-
majesty of these electric
listen.
animatronics in their full glory. You'll see Big Al sing about blood. That's
Yeah.
actually what he does.
You know,
Wash your hands and wipe your ass.
So Charlie,
so here we go.
Speaking of ass,
we're
Speaking of
about
ass.
For the true listeners of the podcast who stayed for this long,
Yeah.
thank you, first of all.
Yeah, thanks, Josh.
It's time.
you're welcome.
Before we get
You're
to the main
welcome.
course, we're gonna do a little appetizer. Tyler has a story here that'll lead into mine.
Well, I think we discussed this before, but I had a fecal incident with the inline for the Flight of the Passage. We utilized the genie, and so the genie we rubbed the lamp and we got to skip over all the pores. So we're gonna wait 4.5 hours for this ride.
4.5 hours for like 2 minutes on a ride.
What a visual.
And so there's a segregated area that you go through if you're skipping the line. And it's mirrored, so you just like run through miles and miles and miles of line because Disney obviously had to have a separate but equal line for the paying customers.
Yeah, just so all the people who are waiting in line could see all the other people.
Right, what they're missing out on.
It's the psychological effect.
Right.
They could have made it just a short cut to the actual.
Exactly,
Right,
but no, they wanted to eat instead. So we cut to the end, and I'm like, oh well, it'll just be a short wait. Like my tummy's a little upset, but I'm sure I'll have time. It'll be fine, And even when you have the paying wait, there's still a long ass line at the end of it
with no bathrooms.
With no bathrooms.
Well, at the time, we'll get to that.
Is there bathrooms now?
Yes, because people kept fucking peeing in the line. Yes, there was kids would pee their pants, or people would just fucking turn towards the wall and piss. They built bathrooms at certain points in the ride. You can actually get a free fast pass if somebody happens to piss while you're in line and you step on it. They'll give you a free fast pass.
Holy shit.
One of my coworkers, they were on Flight of
Got
Passage.
pissed on?
And they were, because when you actually get to the ride, you stand on a number, they'll line you up in a number, and he steps in a puddle, and he turns to the cast member, he's like, is this what I think it is? And the cast member goes, it's not what you think it is. So when he gets off the ride, they're like, yeah, sorry, we're really sorry about that. Do you guys want a free fast pass? And they're like, hell yeah.
See, I bet that would never happen at Disneyland Tokyo. There's no way that you'd be stepping in excrement and getting a free fast pass.
Because those little Japanese kids are so polite, they'll just hold it.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Anyways, as you were saying.
Yeah, so I'm waiting in line. You still wait for like 15, 20 minutes to have your turn on the ride because they can't just let you skip the line. You still have to have a little bit of a wait. It's just not 3.5 hours like everybody else. And I'm like, oh wow, like my stomach really fucking hurts. Like and I made a grave error. It was a very warm day that day, and I have these shorts from Chubby's, and they're like it's kind of like a sportwear where it's like you have like Spanx built into the shorts, almost like swim trunks, but it's like meant to be worn as shorts. So it's like I didn't wear underwear. I just had these like shorts on because they have like Spanx underneath and then like the shorts over it, and I am sweating like a fucking pig. Trying to not have a fucking Panduki moment here in the waiting area.
You don't want to Jake Sully your pants?
Oh, joke thief. Jared was waiting.
I'm waiting for it.
Jared had the mic up to his mouth and everything.
So I referenced the fucking glory of A1. I can't say my shit.
I'm sorry. I will. Yes, Jared had made that joke before we started recording, and I couldn't help myself.
Joke thief, man.
So
I just said it louder.
When you're done with the long wait, you then get put into a short waiting area where they scan you for COVID. I'm not really sure. It's this like sealed hermetic box where they scan you and all those other things. And like, oh, you have this disease, and they blast you with air. And then you go into the next waiting area where they like, they take your dimensions and everything to see which avatar will fit you best.
Can do.
So after the second waiting area, I'm feeling a little bit better. It's past. I'm like, oh, I'm definitely gonna make it. I'm sure this ride's like 45 seconds. Like I'll be fine. So I straddle the fucking air horse. And
because you get on like a little bike.
Yeah, you get this like motorcycle looking thing.
Oh, much like how the Na'vi need to tame their.
Well, yeah, because it does like a thing where like you sit on some random lab equipment, and then when you synchronize, all the lights turn off, and then suddenly you feel your thing start breathing like you're sitting on a banshee. Yeah.
And you put your feet in the stirrups and you hold on to the handlebars, and I was death gripping the handlebars.
Because you had your cheeks slightly spread, it's hard.
Yeah, exactly. I had a 2-inch grip on a 6-inch stirrup. And this entire time I'm still sweating bullets, like they're probably looking at me like, this fucker's having a heart attack. We're gonna be getting to AED this morning. And whatever. The ride finishes, and I get up, and there is like a fucking soaking wet ass stripe on the fucking black leather seat.
Tyler, do you ever consider that like maybe to them you're just another Florida man?
That's not even the worst shit they've seen that hour.
Yeah, they're just like, like this is a Tuesday, and for you it's like it was the worst shit of my life.
They're lucky there wasn't like a friggin' strip. A little skid mark.
So the most embarrassing thing is like a cast member comes over with like a wet wipe and is cleaning the seat top, and I look at her and she must have like realized that I was embarrassed. She's like, "Oh, we're doing this for everyone for COVID." She only cleaned mine. To be fair, there was no COVID.
Nice about it, she could have just like made a face at you and like silently.
Yeah, she could have given me the "you should wipe harder next time."
That's the little Disney
boy.
They make you feel good about it.
So, Animal Kingdom, that is Animal Kingdom. Yeah,
because Pandora Avatar is the most animal thing ever.
Right. Mm-hmm. So,
you guys are haters, dude.
I'm down bad to fucking take a dump, right? Like I'm sprinting off this fucking ride.
There's no bathrooms in Pandora.
There's fucking none.
It's a jungle planet, Charlie. What did you expect?
Oh my god, I am like running all over the place, like every single. Where's the bathroom?
I do know there's like one like towards the outskirts.
Like buried in the back. I finally make it back there. I throw the door open. I plow over some kid who's waiting to use a urinal. I lock the door. I peel my fucking shorts off. Mid-air. We're not even on the toilet yet.
Oh, God. Are you reading off my notes?
Disney, they're in the middle of the swamp, so they have to be very careful of their sewage. So they only use single-ply toilet paper because that's what's good for the manatees or whatever.
Yeah, so the crocodiles don't choke.
So I'm like trembling, right? Like I'm like fucking post-ictal, having had my post-shit seizure, and I'm like, oh, I gotta clean up. I'm like, the one cheek leaning over. There's just like beads of sweat pouring off my head. And I'm getting text messages. Are you okay? Did you make it? Do we need to go buy you underwear from the gift shop?
Wait, do they sell underwear at Disney?
I think my parents were going to go find out, right?
Yeah,
and
you
so,
get your little tidy whities. With
yeah, exactly.
She's
Yeah.
on them.
And of course, I'm all done. And I'm like washing my hands. And I flushed and everything. And like, wow, I could definitely go eat. I could go get some food.
Go get some tacos.
Yeah, I feel great now.
There's Pandora flavor pods.
Yeah, I got the flavor pods. I got they're like these like giant like bao buns, but this is America, so they're
course.
cheeseburger bao buns.
Oh,
So I'm just
yeah,
sitting there
buddy.
eating my fucking pickles to get the giant pretzel that's only in Pandora, and the margarita with the boba balls. I'm like,
Have you had the at that same place they have those like it's like the bowl of like lamb meat and a bunch of shit in there.
no, that sounds like real food. I don't get that one.
When we were there, sorry, random aside, but they at that Pandora restaurant, like they had, it was themed, it was like some fucking bullshit animal, but it was like this salad that was like like lamb
salad
and like vegetable, some greens.
That's not greasy and
They
fried.
had, like, some fruit in there. It was like the
Fruit?
Yeah, I think some quinoa.
It was
maybe.
good. It was
Quinoa.
It was like I'll have to look it up, but it was
We
like
only
one
do
of the best
fried.
things
Where's the red number 40?
The red 40.
Probably in the dressing on top.
Where's the cup of plastic cheese?
I don't know, man, but
Well,
it was
Animal Kingdom has the worst food because it's all about like sustainability and being healthy. It's like I want a fucking glizzy. I'm not here for your like
dude, you gotta go
plant-based
to
pulled pork. Like
you gotta go to the T-Rex restaurant, dude.
oh, you mean one of the hallowed shrines of Eddie Burbank, the Rainforest Cafe at the
Well,
entrance?
no, they're in Dinoland USA, which rest in peace. It's about to go extinct.
Oh, are you talking about Indiana Jones Land? Even though there's
Yeah.
already a fucking Indiana Jones Land at Hollywood Studios that they
Don't
bastardized.
forget, it's a dual Indiana Jones and Encanto land. Because when I think of
What
animals,
the fuck?
When I think of animals, I think of Encanto, a movie.
I
about
think of
family
indigenous
trauma.
people
Yeah.
and the people that steal their artifacts.
Is there even...
Can we ask why why Bob Iger, when he thinks of animals, thinks of all the, because the concept art is Encanto, Coco, and Indiana Jones all together. Why does Bob Iger think of Encanto and Indiana and Coco when he
Well, I
thinks
mean
of animals?
that three, it's like there's definitely like some
God.
predator and prey relationship there.
What?
Explain.
Well, it's like indigenous people and Indiana Jones stealing their shit.
Okay, all right.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah,
yes,
Indiana
yes.
Jones.
Oh.
That's exactly what we were thinking of.
Vaguely,
Well, yeah, no.
it belongs in a museum and not yours.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Was that the end of your story? I didn't want to interrupt.
Yeah, no, I think that was it. Yeah, I had a couple other fecal incidents that vacation, but nothing was as bad as
couple
that.
others.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I think the only other one that was like particularly bad was we stayed at a resort and we were on like the second floor, and so you have to take the stairs, which stairs on
No
vacation.
elevator?
And so it was like towards the end of our stay, and I had fucked up my back on one of the rides, and so I was like trying to avoid the stairs because I was like, oh, like it physically hurt. But I also, it wasn't even a 2-inch grip anymore. It was like I had a 1/2-inch grip on the 6-inch turd. And I'm like running up the stairs, and towards the end of the stay, like my fucking magic band was on the fritz, so I'm like trying to tap into the building and then tap into the door. I'm like,
Come on.
oh my god, please, please. And I again, it was a barely a near miss, but I have to this date not shit my pants at Disney World.
There we go.
That's good.
Congratulations.
You're one of the many few, Tyler. Not that I have. I'll preface this. I didn't shit my pants, but I was close.
Oh, well, don't spoil it like that, man.
Well, I don't want people to be listening to this for like 10 minutes thinking that I'm going to shit my pants.
They've listened to it for 2 hours
I've been
thinking
waiting
you were
for
going to shit your
months
pants.
and I thought you shit your pants.
Yeah, that's fair. So
Anyway.
So this is we're finally going to tell this story, all right? Let me paint you a picture. It's New Year's Eve, 2022, Orlando, Florida. It's like 8 in the morning, probably already like 80 degrees out. It's a warm day.
Were you a rope dropper that day?
We were a rope dropper that day because I, being the fucking turbo nerd that I am, and theme
Disney
parks
sweat.
being my hyperfixations between, because
special
I couldn't give less of a shit about Disney before I went with my wife, and then that like flipped a switch, and I was like, hey, theme parks are kind of cool. So I took charge. My parents were more than happy to do a trip where all they had to do was go, and and so I did all the planning. And so I woke up at midnight or 7 a.m. because you have to like wake up at a really early time for Genie Plus, and then
before 7.
Yeah. So I woke up early for that, and so we get there, and I'm feeling a little anxious, because we were at Universal before that, and we were just kind of flying by the seat of our pants, no plans for that. But now this is the shit that I planned. All the pressure's on me. And so I'm taking charge, and I'm like, okay, we got to rope drop Ratatouille because you can't Genie Plus that because I was like, as much as I didn't want to buy it, I knew we had to.
When did you guys go?
This was end of 2022, so this is New Year's Eve.
Also, when you're saying Genie Plus, is that fast track?
It's the new Fast Pass.
Okay,
he means you can't pay money to skip the pores.
Yes.
Oh,
Ratatouille at the time, since it was new, it didn't have Genie Plus. It had like the Premier Lightning Lane, which is a different.
That's
thing.
the even
great
more.
equalizer.
You have to pay,
Okay.
and I was like, we're not paying for that. So I'm like, let's hightail it.
for it. I fucking
And
skipped the
so
line there too.
we go from the front to the Ratatouille is the furthest point back in Epcot. So we're going from the front all the way to the back. And they're doing a huge construction in the middle of the park. So the entire thing is like you're going around. And so I'm trying to figure out how to get there. Because
Did you plow anyone over with your scooter? Or?
No. No, we were walking at that point. We didn't
It's
get
a
the
known
scooter.
danger,
So I'm trying to figure out how to get there without getting into a dead end, because there are some dead ends. And I'm nervous, but we get there. Line's already pretty big, and I'm really nervous because I'm hyping up this Ratatouille ride to my family because I fucking love Ratatouille, and it's already long, and I can tell and my parents like, oh, a 2-hour wait, and so.
Wait, I want some background. Like before you left the resort, you loaded up on like cafeteria eggs. And
No, actually, we
burnt coffee.
we were raw dogging, no breakfast yet.
So
Which I'll get,
interesting.
my parents actually, while we were waiting in line, went around and they got us some little like donut bites from a stand. So I'm feeling pretty anxious at this point, and we did get lost at some point. I remember trying to get there. We ended up towards Imagination, which is a dead end. So we get there, and I'm feeling pretty bad that we just bolted like normal people just kind of like enjoy walking into the park, taking things in.
Oh yeah, at Epcot, it's very well known. People do the walk around the park.
Yes,
they walk and they definitely don't stop for any refreshments at every single one of the countries.
Well, yes, but I had us do that. I had us hightail. We didn't get to enjoy any of the surroundings. We just went back, and so
BAC of 0.
So. I'm feeling. I feel a little self-conscious. Like I made this all rush. Parents come back with some fried donut balls with fruit jam, which is perfect for an upset stomach.
Right.
My stomach's already in knots at this point, right?
Right.
So I eat this fried food with fruit jelly. Pretty good.
No greens, no salad.
No greens. Just
all fried.
Just
all
fried
grease.
And so
all oil.
As we're waiting, my stomach is slowly starting to get worse and worse.
Could you feel the dissension?
Yes. I'm slowly feeling sweat start to form all over my body from the pain, not even just from the heat.
Were you passing any gas to buy time?
I was trying to slip a few out without being too risky. So, I'm sweating. It's painful. The fried food didn't help. And so I turn to my family like, I got to use the bathroom. So I hop out of line, and the nearest bathroom is actually because
it's there, right?
What?
It's in Ratatouille.
Yeah, because Ratatouille was a little expanded area. Like they built it behind the France Pavilion.
Yeah.
And because there's a huge fucking the line is just going through the whole plaza. There's a bathroom right there. So I
ask
hop
me
out.
why I know that there's a bathroom there.
I'm sure you went through a similar experience. So, Ratatouille has its own bathrooms. I get in there, and there's a line for the men's room.
Oh man,
Right?
That's
So-
like illegal.
Yeah.
All right.
That's
Yeah.
like
I'm surprised, and I'm dying. I'm sweating. I am trying my best not to shit myself.
Yeah.
I'm like,
seeing a line in the men's bathroom is like seeing like a blue moon. Like you just don't see it. Like,
yeah, no.
it's crazy.
No, they have that on draft down there. It's specifically at Epcot.
They do have to
Is that so?
this episode of BSP Podcast is brought to you by Blue Moon. So I'm dying, and I'm starting to feel woozy. Like I am clenching so hard.
Are
My
you
mouth
I can
is so
hear this,
tight.
like from all the way here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear Charlie's heartbeat. Right? Like,
Yeah.
Were you like
The heavy mouth breathing.
Oh God, were you like bow-legged? Were you waddling?
It was kind of like
Holding your back.
holding my legs together. I am sweat.
Oh shit!
I am so sweaty by this point. And after like what felt like a million years, I finally get to a stall. I'm rushing in. It feels like slow motion, going from opening the door, getting in, closing. Meanwhile, I'm still clenching. You know, I have to make sure this door is closed before I begin this life-changing journey.
The birthing process.
So I go in.
Poltergeist.
I try to get down to the toilet as quickly as I can. The exact millisecond I make contact with that soothing, cold toilet seat in the hot, muggy Florida weather. Explosion. You know that scene in Ratatouille where he's like seeing like the wavy colors and shit, and it's
Yes.
Oh, like when he eats the strawberries and the cheese together.
Imagine like that visually. So it was the most painful and relieving experience I'd ever had in my life.
Oppenheimer watching the bomb go off.
yeah, exactly like that. Despite how constipated I was, and I apologize for any family or employers or future employers that are listening to this. Despite how constipated I was,
This all happened in Minecraft.
Yes.
This happened on Rob's Plays server.
Yes, this is the Minecraft RP server.
Yeah.
So, so despite how constipated I was, it was all liquid. I'm sweating so much
until
at this
someone
point.
takes a liquid or shit.
I'm sweating so much at this point that it is going through my eyebrows and into my eyes. What? Like I'm drenching the sweat. The salt is burning my eyes. All of this happening, this horrible experience, while there's a soft jazz piano cover of the Ratatouille soundtrack playing over the bathroom speakers. So after like 10 minutes, which oh, sorry. I thought I heard something. I think it was the apes banging on the door again. So after like 10 minutes of just constant cleaning myself
Torrential
out,
downpour, yeah.
you know, a line forming. I'm finally done. I spend like another 5 minutes cleaning up. You know, I wash hands. I use some paper towels to wipe the sweat off my brow. I go to find the family. They've barely moved in line this entire time. So it's been so long at this point. I can't remember exactly, but I'm pretty sure I had to leave the line again to use the bathroom before we even got to the indoor portion of the queue.
A fucking double flusher.
And then as soon as the ride was over, I ran back to the bathroom.
Holy shit.
And
Literally.
I'm pretty sure I used the bathroom 10 times for number 2 that day.
Wow.
It was all from nerves. And luckily over the course, like after that day, it was New Year's Eve at Epcot, which is kind of an incredible experience. Just like doing fireworks there. But luckily at the rest of my trip, that first day the jitters were gone. I had a healthy
gut biome.
My gut biome was thriving off of Mickey pretzels and fried
Plastic cheese, yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like your story is missing an essential component of every Disney bathroom story.
Yeah. You forgot like the wet jorts slapping
No,
the porcelain floor.
And luckily, we kind of lucked out because, for one thing, my family, with the exception of my sister, was very go with the flow. Like, they didn't care what they wanted.
Yeah.
My sister was the only one who had opinions on what she wanted to do. And, of course, because, it was easy, we just did those things. And so, like, that helped with the nerves for this trip. And my sister had gotten brain surgery not long before then.
Oh, that's right.
And the Guardians of the Galaxy roller coaster, we did it. And after, she got a wicked bad nosebleed. And my mom was, like, freaking out. She didn't know what to do. And so this one cast member, God bless their soul, gave us a pass that was essentially like free fast pass for the rest of the trip. So that definitely helped with, the nerves of making everything, getting it all done. But yeah, it was after that horrific first day, the rest of the trip was super smooth, unlike my movements.
You ever had a tiger claw?
A tiger claw?
I think they're also labeled as the Cheshire cat tail.
Like the tiger tails, yeah.
Yes. So for the rest of the chat, right, it is a deep fried croissant filled with fucking ganache and covered with powdered sugar and more ganache.
That's a death sentence.
Yeah. So our first day
pink
in
and purple
Disney
too,
in
artificial.
21, that was when Gabby's like, "Oh, day one, we got to get that." And at the time, I was on like a new medication regimen for my IBS, and I was like, "It's Disney. I'm on vacation. Like, there's no way I'm gonna have like any issues. I'll skip it for the first day and see how it goes."
Dude, skipping your IBS medication is a rookie mistake.
So of course I'm like, yeah, I'll have nitro cold brew, and I'll have this fucking tiger tail.
Let me guess, you finished that, you followed that up with the fucking mac and cheese Cheetos cheeseburger.
I didn't even finish my fucking breakfast. So the place in Animal Kingdom where you can get those two things is right across the street from like a bathroom that like leads you into one of the bigger sections of the park. And so I'm like, 4 bites in, I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to fucking give birth to an alien like right now. I'm like, oh guys, yeah, just watch my food. I'll be right back. I scurry across, and it's a really small bathroom because it's not like a high traffic area. And so I'm sitting there, and it's like, there's like maybe 2 or 3 stalls and then a bunch of urinals. And I'm sitting there, and I hear the door open for someone else coming in the bathroom. And like as a nurse, I have really good listening ears. So I'm like, oh, that's 2 people, right? Someone like adult size and a very small, young, most likely very stupid child. And so as far as I know, up until that point, I was the only person in the bathroom. But I'd picked the first stall like going in. And so all of a sudden, you hear the... I'm like, occupied. And it's like, it's very clear I'm looking down at like, fucking size 2 Skechers. Oh, I need a poop. I'm like, yeah, I think there's a couple other ones.
Me too, pal.
This one's mine. Fucking kid gets down on his hands and knees, puts his head under the fucking stall door. Oh, no! Are you pooping in here, mister?
Meanwhile, put his hands on the bathroom floor.
And then obviously it's like the fucking absentee parents already like 2 doors down taking a fat shit. Like, don't kick my kid, dude. I'm like, could you like go somewhere else? I'm like kind of having like a low key exorcism in here, and they're just saying, I'm like, please get out from underneath the door. Like, this is not okay. And the can you hear the dead? Come here, Jimbo. Leave the nice man alone.
Calling him over.
And then I hear the kid, like, clearly the dad had just brought him in to like watch him. The kid's like going up and down the stalls, like pounding on the doors, like walking.
No. Oh my God.
No. See the monster sink.
It's like
Down the doors.
there's a word for this in the IBS community for like when you're like you're having a hot
IBS
moment
community.
and someone tries to steal your stall. It's called a turd burglar. And this fucking little kid, he was a serial turd burglar. I was pinched up so bad. They finally leave, and I was like, ugh.
I did not know there was an IBS community.
Of course, there's tens of us.
Wow.
Probably everyone in this room has IBS.
Yeah.
The subreddit has like over 100K subscribers. You
Nice.
know,
Yeah. Oh man, to think. I was hyping up this RATASHITty story for so long,
And now-
Tyler comes in with 2.
I have more.
Charlie, would you say you're a changed man after that experience?
I mean, I guess
He's a
technically
few
I didn't
pounds
realize
lighter.
my body could produce that kind of energy and feelings.
You know the Lion King show in Animal Kingdom?
Yeah,
And they're like, we shut the doors, and unless there's an emergency, there's no way we're letting anybody out
they
from
make it
this
very-
animal adventure.
They make it very clear that you're locked in here. You're strapped in.
Guess who went over to the fucking cast member? It's an emergency. You're gonna be bleaching these benches if you do not let me out.
Dude, I'm cooling some potatoes, dude.
Because day one was at Animal Kingdom, and that was one of the first rides we did.
So
another half of a fucking.
How many of these stories do you have, man?
Probably several for each
It was
park.
like a 12-day trip, so more stories than I'd like to admit.
12 days. Did you each park like twice?
I think we only did Epcot and Magic Kingdom like more than once.
If you got to do, I think if you're gonna do any more than once, at least Magic Kingdom, Epcot's like a close number 2.
Dude, Tyler over here having the 12 days of shit miss.
I know all the good shitting spots, like iconically every good shitting spot.
Dude, tangled bathrooms.
Tangled bathrooms.
I know those are just a meme.
Tyler was tangled in those.
So when
That's
is
the
our
only
next
tangled
BS Crew episode
representation
going to
in
be
America.
the Disney bathroom tier list?
Yeah, that could be.
Oh shit! Is this where we just degraded to being a tier list channel?
So at Disney Springs, when we went, was when they
Coolio
recently
curates.
opened a bunch of new restaurants, and one of the things that they had was Guy Fieri's Chicken Guy.
Oh.
And it was like you could get a certain number of tenders, and then their whole thing was they had like 60 sauces to choose from. And so I was dying that day because I had blown through my Gideon's cookie and the banana bread cold brew that I'd gotten there.
Ooh.
And then there was I'm going to tell you what I had for breakfast. You're like,
Wait,
yeah,
hold
well,
on.
Tyler, it was like a fucking suicide pact.
Dude, when you said bananas, I think the pounding on the bunker doors started going even harder.
There's a place down there called Glazed, and it's all like glazed donuts, and they have like other breakfast food items. Like if you're fucking psycho. I had a grilled cheese made from a glazed donut with like an egg and bacon and some sort of aioli.
No, see, man, I don't feel bad for you.
I was gonna
You're
say, no,
tempting
Don't
fate.
get it. Why am I?
God is laughing at you.
dude, no wonder you have IBS. What are you putting in your system?
And like the one cold brew from Gideon's wasn't enough. I had another cold brew at Glazed.
Oh my
Sick
You know,
man.
in my defense,
I was fucking glazing.
You know, at least with my story, all I had at that point was some little donut bites and water. You're fucking up here turbocharging your shit.
dude.
It was like that whole section of the area was new at the time, and I got to try every single one of the bathrooms in the west end of Disney Springs.
Holy shit!
Speaking of
There was
holy
nothing
shits.
holy.
Well, there was at least one.
Speaking of experiencing things, you want to talk about your pick of the week?
Thank God.
Is that your message that we
Thank
talked
God!
about shit for too long?
Whoa!
Yes, considering this is the longest podcast episode so far.
Oh, that's
We
a
gotta split
record.
it in half.
Yeah,
Exactly.
You know, we could record a fake part 1 and part 2 opening.
Listen, if we talk about the Evangelion movies, we could make it a 4-hour podcast.
Damn straight. Damn straight.
Nothing like
I haven't seen 'em.
The theme
Yeah,
park
yeah, exactly.
Evangelion double combo topic podcast.
the fucking wombo combo.
Hey, pick of the week.
It's like the
Week,
Garfield
week.
Sonic pack, you know?
Josh, what's your pick of the week? Lay it
What
on
is
me.
my pick of the week?
Yes.
You know what? I think the Fallout show is pretty cool.
Oh, I haven't
Nice,
what do
seen
you-
it
nice
yet.
some
simple,
kinda-
safe pick.
Gaming tours.
Yeah, is
What?
that the term?
Yeah.
All I know is that
That's the term.
yeah, people are like, oh, fucking Fallout series is woke PC garbage, and then you watch it and it's actually good.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I've played
bad,
the Fallout
not
games,
bad.
and I thought the show was pretty neat.
I haven't seen it.
Me as well now.
Yeah, if you have a little thing called Amazon Prime.
I love Jeff
I
Bezos.
know,
I
I
love
know.
Jeff
Yeah.
Bezos.
Jack, pick of the week.
Pick of the week. I'll come back to me on that. Pick of the week.
Oh God. Well, I mean, I my wedding was over a week ago, so I guess I can't pick that. Yeah, I don't mean to be a fucking simp for my wife, but I would.
I
pick
think
my
that's what your
wedding.
job is actually. If you're married,
Yeah,
Bro
yeah,
loves his
legally
wife.
speaking.
I've been doing this for 9 years. I love my wife. But in terms of other things, I started playing Another Crab's Treasure the other night.
Is that the Souls like?
Yes, it is the Souls-like little
Crab game.
where you're a crab, and I got fucking filtered by the first boss. I was like going in, I was like, oh, it's cutesy, you know, it's charming. I wasn't expecting to die, and then the first boss, I had to fucking get with it or get out of the way.
Have you played their other game, Going Under?
I haven't.
It's incredible.
I didn't know they made other games, but you know, funny. My employer and good friend
WDT.
No, not I, because I do a number of different jobs, but my main job is working for Circle Tunes HD, and my good buddy Christian, he's my boss. He
we love you, Christian.
You've never even met him. Get out.
We love you, man.
He did a lot of
Wanna come on
voice
the
work
pod?
for Another Crab's
Filtered.
Treasure,
Oh, okay.
which is a pretty big deal for him because he really enjoys voice acting. He does funny voices for the videos we do.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, so Another Crab's Treasure, pretty fun, pretty difficult. I'm only about like 3 hours in, but I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, it looked cool, and then I saw Souls-like and skipped.
Dude, it's
Too sweaty.
It's a Souls-like for somebody. I've never played any Souls game because I thought they're too hard. Another Crab's Treasure is like, once you get the mechanics down, you can.
Mechanics, too sweaty.
Yeah, this is the guy who thinks.
Just want to
Smash
hit
Bros.
W
is too
and
much.
left
Too
click.
sweaty.
Jared,
Jack?
what's your pick of the week?
Oh, my pick of the
I
week?
think Jack's dodging here.
No, I'm
Well,
saying.
Tyler,
I'm
what's your
saving
pick
it.
of the week?
Oh, that's easy. The most monumentous thing that came out this week. The most important thing that we'll bear witness, like in our generation.
My wedding.
The first release of
Big Animal Well, baby. Animal Well.
Have you guys
Donkey
all?
Game Good.
Have you? I have it. I haven't played it yet.
I'll never play it. It's a fucking Souls-like. It is not a Tyler game.
It's a Metroidvania.
Like
It's a platform.
Metroidvania.
Yeah, you know, so in human English speak, that means
Exactly.
you have 4 Wikipedia articles open.
For the
You
best
have a
route.
YouTube video walkthrough, another YouTube video walkthrough.
That's why I have like 17
Motherfucker
monitors,
can't
bro.
remember shit.
Dude.
That isn't that.
He
I'll
can't
be
remember
To
shit,
be
but he
fair,
can't
that
remember.
is an issue with Metroidvanias. If you pick it up, play it, and then leave it for like a
Yes.
couple months and come back, what the fuck was I doing?
Yeah, that's why I've never finished Hollow Knight. As much as I love Hollow Knight, because
You'll
I
have to
was-
start over.
I was playing it for a long time, and then life got in the way. And when I came back to it, I was like, "What the
Where
fuck
am
do I
I?
do?" you kind of have to do it. And I love Metroidvania is like probably my favorite genre, but you do have to kind of do them in one sitting, like
It looks cool.
play it over the course of like a couple days.
Yeah, it looks cool. I'll probably pick it up like when there's like a big sale, but
You know what else?
Yeah, can't
came
give the
out
devs all your
recently?
money.
what?
Big
We're,
sale.
we're, we're like we're in like the peak of like quirky cool guy games. You Are Peter Shorts dropped the same day.
True, I did
What
get
is
an
that?
email for that.
What?
It's a game where you are Peter Shorts.
Who?
You're a guy. You're Peter Schwartz, and you break into a lab where they're making different Peters, and you have to free the Peters and gain their powers.
And they wear shorts.
And they're
Oh,
shorts.
they were shorts. That makes
There's like
sense.
Tiger
That's-
Peter and like Fire Peter.
Who's
It's like Mega Man.
Aren't
but
we
it's
also in the era of Wario like games? Who's
Yes.
the other? Who's the like?
Anton Blast?
Yeah, Anton Blast.
It's the demo now, but I'm excited. For
You got
Anton Blast.
Pizza
Dude,
Tower.
Little Kitty Big City dropped also the same day as Animal Well, and You Are Peter Shorts.
Big day for
Big
indie
release the
games.
game.
Jerry, I'm gonna give a throwback to episode 14 to make it seem like there's any kind of cohesion.
Sure,
with these.
yeah. Mhm.
I spent a good deal of time talking about how the new version of Tarkov was too cheap.
Yes, we love cohesion.
Yeah, that they just need a more expensive one that's like even has more cheats.
Yeah.
In light of the controversy there is another like huge extraction shooter that like came out into early access early to try to capitalize on Tarkov's downfall.
Oh, fantastic.
Gray Zone Warfare.
I've heard about that.
It looks very good. It kind of looks like if Arma was a game.
Yes, I have
And-
heard about that.
Yeah,
one.
and there's
Okay.
a game mode for stinky shit buckets, and then there's a game mode that there's no stinky shit buckets. And guess what? It's included in the game. You don't have to spend $250.
That is
to get
incredible.
it.
Wow. Okay.
Wow.
All right. I might consider that then.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it. And the best part, just like Tarkov, there's Poor People Edition where you don't have any benefits, and then there's a more expensive version where you have cheats for free that you pay for.
Nice.
And that's in the wish list.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But
it's going
only
to
the
wish
supporter
list after
edition.
this.
I'm
Of
not
course.
buying the cheap one.
So, Jared, you got a pick of the week?
Yeah, I think mine's got to be X-Men '97. Has it? I know Josh has been
Is that like
watching
an
it.
animated series?
Yeah. So do you remember the X-Men cartoon from the '90s?
Yeah, you know,
Yeah.
the 1997 series that none of us were alive.
Well, no,
for.
the replay was on Toon Disney.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah. The reruns all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah. No, so they brought it back. Basically, it's like a sequel series to the original, but they made it more like adult-ish. And like it's the first Disney Plus series I watched in a long time that I've been like, oh, this fucks.
Aren't
Like,
they
you're like,
also
I'm
rehashing
too-
Batman? Because they just announced that Mark Hamill got
yes.
There
Yes.
is
Oh, actually, me and Josh.
Batman Caped Crusader.
Oh, it looks so good.
Yeah, they saved that show because David Zaslav wanted a tax write-off it, and Amazon was like, "We'll take it."
Bruh.
Yeah. We
love tax write-offs.
But anyway, yeah. So we love revivals of our favorite shit ever.
Did you see
X-Men
that?
97 goes hard.
on Airbnb, you can stay at the X-Men 97 mansion.
Yes.
What?
Yeah, so Airbnb's doing a thing now where they're making like it's called like icons or something.
Yeah, they have like a Howl's Moving Castle Airbnb.
They have the up house that like lifts up on a crane, and most of them are free. You can enter in to be randomly selected to stay there for free.
No way.
So you can do like the up house, you can do the X-Men 97 mansion, Howl's Moving Castle.
You guys know that the house that they filmed Home Alone in is in Connecticut.
Really?
Oh yeah,
I thought it was in
really?
like Chicago.
No, it's like 20 minutes from here.
Oh well, the movie's in Chicago.
yes,
right?
the
But
movie's in
it's-
Chicago,
it's-
but the actual house is in
Interesting.
Connecticut.
That's
no
cool.
way, we gotta go see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta go bother these
Oh,
people.
one of the other things was you can stay at Kevin Hart's house. I don't know,
Yo, my favorite short king.
but yeah, go check it out. Jared, you should enter. You could stay at the X-Men 97
You
mansion.
That'd
could
be pretty
visit
rad.
I
Kevin
think
Hart.
that one is like $97 if you do.
Oh,
win
that
it,
sounds about
which
right.
is kind of cute, but.
Yeah.
Jack,
Jack,
what you got?
what is
Pick
your
of the
pick of the
week.
week?
I have 3 things. First
Dude,
of all,
it's one pick. of the week,
okay, but it'll quick. First off, Josh, hi, how you doing? I hope you're enjoying day 2 of listening to this episode.
No, these are one goes.
What do you
Really?
do? You just like sit there and consume, or is this like a background noise? Like, I'll be honest, my go-to when I'm listening to the BSQ
Yeah.
podcast is when I'm doing mining in Minecraft. 'Cause I'm a
Well,
miner.
at my last job, I would listen to it
You-
while I was working.
Jeez.
At good old Crusco, you can't
The
have
land of
headphones
Kirk, yeah.
at the Land of Kirk. So this would either be while I'm driving or it would just be background noise.
You gotta
Yeah.
get the bone conducting glasses.
Yeah,
You
so
gotta Metal Gear the shit.
so Josh,
True.
make sure to look in the rearview mirror. Someone might be about to like rear end you. Okay, second of all,
Yeah, just watch out.
yeah, watch out. Okay,
Josh, swerve left.
Okay, secondly, I've been really getting into Letterboxd. I don't know, it's fun doing like the reviews and
We
stuff.
Letterboxd?
Let me guess, you also have a Tapped account and
What account?
Well, Jack
my
doesn't
anime
have beer,
list.
So I think I'm the only
No.
person in this room that has a tap
Dude,
account.
do you get coaster credits, dude?
coaster.
Coaster credit. Because I can't really do roller coasters, so I'm not in the community. But coaster credits is a thing where it's a community where you get 1 credit for every individual roller coaster you ride, and so it's people saying like, I've ridden this many unique roller coasters,
Wow.
and
Yeah.
they're called coaster
Jack,
credits.
dude, I just want to say, because as you mentioned, your Letterboxd, big fan of your Flash Gordon review.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's a big fan.
Yeah,
of it.
Jack's
That's pretty
letterbox reviews kind of go hard.
great. Yeah, that's pretty good.
I'll stick
And
with Steam
I'm very
reviews.
excited. I'm
Coolio
Playing on
curates.
Letterboxd.
Yeah, if I
Big
watch
fan.
movies, it would
I
be
would-
really easy to sign up.
I would love to do a Letterboxd episode where we just go through our reviews and just
Oh
rip on
yeah,
each other.
all my good
Tyler's
movie
gonna have a
reviews.
lot of input on that.
I have
Oh.
so
Listen, if I'm the
many.
biggest
Surprised
fan
you're
of
not a
BS
movie
Crew,
dude,
I'm the
Tyler. I
biggest
feel like you
fan
could
of
be a
Coolio
true
curates.
cinephile.
Sit still for 2.5 hours without fucking opening TikTok. Are you out of your mind?
These Zoomers. Man.
Hey, so yeah,
Shit.
Jack, what's number 3? What
Number
else?
3, I actually have a big project in the works, like for real, actually.
Oh, we talked about this earlier, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the big Jackbox ranking list.
Very nice, very nice.
And you know that's almost done. I just need to finish with 2 separate groups.
Maybe by the time
So-
this podcast finally gets out, this video will have dropped too.
Yeah, Jack, you got
Maybe.
3 weeks, pal.
Hey, it will be before October. Mark my words. But yeah, I've been working on that.
Listen, we love a king who puts up reasonable goals, okay? That's
Okay, no, because that's when the next Jackbox games come out.
No, he
Oh, so
also
you going
did
to be
not
doing
say a
Pack
year.
11?
He only said
No.
October.
No, before October.
Oh, so
Didn't
you
say
wanna
what
do it
year.
before- Okay, I got you,
Yeah.
I got you.
Didn't
No.
say what year.
Before October.
Well, to be fair, we probably would have finished this project by now if we,
Yes,
got
you
together
have
Didn't have a
helping.
stinky
Yeah, if you
little
didn't need to get
wedding.
married and take up that for a while.
Yeah. But no, I'm very excited to start working on that. I'm
Oh, yeah.
about like I would say maybe 78% done with the research and data gathering.
Yeah, we're
So yeah, we just need to
I'm
finish it.
aiming
but-
to be the worst player on average.
I might be coming
You
for
say
that,
that, dude. You say that, but you absolutely fucking slay at anything where we're supposed to be funny.
Yeah, true.
I've never once been offered a seat with the rapping robots.
Maybe that's for the best.
My
Maybe
data
if
would be off the charts.
Maybe if you weren't working at fucking Bay State.
Yeah, wiping ass and saving lives.
Yep.
I can't believe you're coming after me during Nurses Week.
But
Yeah.
yeah,
Happy Nurses Week to all our nurses out there. Is it actually Nurses Week?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Happy
Monday to Sunday.
Well, anywho.
but yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for that.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's been really nice jacking it with the bros every Sunday.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
love jacking it.
Well,
We all sit next to each other on the couch. You just start jacking it.
Yeah, we pull out our phones and we spend the whole night
Jacking off.
Yeah.
And the night before you joke so that the jacking doesn't hurt.
Yeah. I love Jackbox. Shout out to the fellow jackers out there.
That's awesome, dude. You should totally do that again.
I think this is where it just tapers off. I
Yeah,
think,
thanks for
Jared,
watching,
we're just
fellas.
waiting for him
Well,
to hit the space bar.
yeah, this has been
Yep.
BS Crew Podcast episode number 15.
15.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, shit.
I really hope Jared doesn't cut me off mid-sentence.